Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Friday, finally.
Yep. Yeah, we already got half the crowd here.
Well, yeah.
Tanya's there. What's up, Tanya? Where's Klaus?
Everybody's in here.
Klaus
Zach's in here. American Military's here. CB's here.
Yeah.
Zach's here. Kevin Smith is here.
Zach.
High Desert is here. Everybody's here, and there's probably people here that are not talking also, but I'm just saying there's people I recognize. But yeah, it's been a really busy week because I was trying to
misspelling booty. Booty is spelled B-O-O-T-Y. He's spelling it.
That's buddy, like a chip buddy.
Buddy, that's like a That's
like a sandwich with chips on on bread.
That's not how you spell.
Which I ate when I was in the UK. No, it's actually it sounds crazy, but it's actually really good.
Alternate spelling is B-O-O-T-I-E.
That's like a baby booty.
Yeah. But you know, they obviously
like a little knitted baby booty.
Depends on how much you're cherishing the ass.
Oh, is that the difference between the Y and the IE? Okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't aware of the rules.
Yeah.
So would you spell my butt with an IE? Or?
IE right now, yeah.
Okay.
IE.
With a little heart at the end or some shit?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was just talking about it.
You're just making stuff.
I was just talking about it.
You're making stuff up about butts. You're making stuff up. Let's see. Oh, American Military 100 said, Jenny, did you hear that 1991 Austin yogurt shop murders were finally solved this past November? I didn't know till now. I had heard that they were, but I hadn't looked into it. And it's weird because I've been watching just off and on HBO Max. They have People Investigates, like People Magazine. And there's 8 seasons of the shit, so it's sometimes when I can't think of anything to watch, I'll go in there and watch one of them. And I watched one that was about the Austin yogurt shop murders, but it was a couple years old. So,
they suspected some teenage boys.
Well, that's who they suspected from the beginning.
Yeah, I don't know if it's them though.
So I'd have to look and see.
Was it the teenage boys? They had
was it the kids that they thought it was?
Yeah,
originally?
It's like three white teenage boys.
Yeah, I thought it was 4 of them, but it's been a long time.
They thought it was them.
You know, it's just, but yeah, I've been watching all that kind of stuff. Also, he said, CB said, I watched Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning today. It was good. We'll probably get around to watching that.
Yeah, it's streaming.
I actually didn't mind the what was the last one?
I liked all of them.
What was the last Mission Impossible?
I forgot.
We saw it in the theater.
Yeah, with the AI.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, and the submarine.
Like I said, it's not usually my kind of movie, but but I thought it was really entertaining.
Yeah, the one before it was better.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, third to the last one.
I don't even remember the name of it.
It was called Fallout, I think.
Yeah,
I think it was called Fallout.
Speaking of which,
I have a lot of them. I have the first 4 on Blu-ray. They're good movies.
Yeah. But I was going to say, speaking of Fallout, if you're a fan of the series Fallout, the first episode is now streaming on Amazon Prime.
And it was great.
Which I didn't even... Okay, so here's the thing. I loved the first season of Fallout. We both did. It was really, really good. And they kept saying, Season 2 is coming soon. I'm like, what does that mean? When is that? And literally, the day before yesterday, I was watching HBO Max, and I saw a commercial for it, and it still said coming soon. And I was like, fuck me, when is that coming on? And then yesterday, last night, we were watching shit on HBO Max again, true crime stuff. And there was a commercial for it again, only this time it said now streaming. And I didn't even notice because I'm just so used to it saying coming soon. And Tom said, it says streaming now. And I was like, what? Okay, so as soon as this is over, we got to watch it. But the thing about it is that, so we watched they're putting up 1 episode a week. They're all doing that now, like I said. I guess they're doing that just so people don't sign up for the streaming service, binge watch the shit, and then cancel it, So they're putting 1 up a week. And, so we watched the first one, and it was great, but then I was like, man, I forgot so much stuff, from this, because it was so long ago. So we started watching the first season again, after we watched the new one.
Yeah, so we got to watch the first season again. I don't think there's that many in it. I think there's maybe 7 or 8 episodes. But that first season, I fucking loved it. And then
it's so good.
And then this first episode of the new season, I was, they show you teasers for the rest of the season, and I played the games, and it's now in New Vegas, so it's Fallout New Vegas now, and it shows all the stuff from the original, the robots, the fucking Howard Hughes fucking knockoff, he's in it, and there's a little bit more to the story that I didn't quite remember it from the game, about that he had his own interceptor missiles to stop the fucking nuclear attack on his city because he owned the city at the time. And he was cutting a deal with Vault Tech and everything. And they're still like flashbacking to before the fall, with before the nuclear war, with the guy before he was a ghoul.
Yeah, Walter Goggins' character.
Yeah, Walter Goggins. Yeah, and what's the name of the character though? I forgot what his name.
Cooper. Something.
Cooper, yeah. And it's just a real well written story, and I was just like trying to estimate it. So far as of right now, I think this is the best series. Better than Welcome to Derry.
Even though Welcome to Derry was awesome.
Even though that was a great one. It's the best series. In terms of just like the viewing experience and how true it is to the source material. It makes the games even better.
They got everything just right. In that series. Yeah,
everything. Even down to the racial makeup of the fucking story of the movie and all the stories. Because if you play the game, it's in an alternate universe of like 2000. What was it? 2257 or some shit like that. But it's kind of like the 1950s, but with sci-fi technology. But when you play the games, the races of people are just kind of like at random. You know what I mean? And that's the way they're kind of cast in this movie. You never can't tell who's gonna be married to who or what they look like, and fucking they may look black but they sound white, and that's just the way the game is. It was just like, because it was a futuristic America and there wasn't any racism in it. It was just like not even an issue. It wasn't even mentioned. So anybody could be any race and mixed. They had a lot of that. And that's the way the movie looked. That's the way the series looks like that. And it's not even mentioned, it's not, they don't make a big deal out of it or anything. It's just like, that's the way the game was. So it's just very true to the game. And just the tone. And the quality of all the fucking sets and the suits are just spot on. And that power armor. I was just marveling over that power armor that they were wearing. It's just like out of the video games.
Yeah,
and that's
so
a
good.
real power armor. It's not powered, but that's a real costume, and it looks. They must have fucking 3D printed that in pieces and glued it all together. I mean, they just look perfect. It looks real.
Everything in that looks just like the game.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
there's
weapons,
like amazing attention to detail.
Yeah, the weapons, the settings. It's all familiar right out of the game. The diners out in the middle of the desert. Fucking shit that you could do in the game, you can actually do. Like, you could shoot an abandoned fucking car. Because they were atomic powered, they just blow up.
Yeah.
Boom. And they'd been sitting out there fucking for 70, 80 years, rusting away with a little nuclear power plant in them, with nuclear materials. If you shot them in the game, they'd blow up like a fucking bomb. You could kill all kinds of shit with them.
They're gonna have, we saw in the preview for the season, they're gonna have death claws in there.
Yeah, death claws, rad scorpions.
Yeah.
Which those are all in the game. Ghouls and feral ghouls are in it. And it's very much a Western, too. It's like a sci-fi Western. And Goggins playing that ghoul, he's just like one of the best fucking Western cowboy-type characters. And he's a ghoul.
Yeah.
He's a radiation ghoul.
Yeah. Granther says Walton Goggins is a hoot. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah,
he's all the new Walmart commercials.
Yeah, they look like Eddie from Iron Maiden. No nose or anything, you know what I mean?
Looking.
Yeah. And he's got a legitimate Southern accent. He is from the South. I think he's from Alabama.
He might be. Yeah, I'd have to look. Or Texas? I can't remember.
Alabama or Mississippi.
But yeah, it's a really good show. So I was like super jacked that they finally
yeah
got it going again, because I was waiting and waiting. Like, I kept seeing the teaser trailer. I'm like, when is it coming on?
And the first season was great, and the second season you can tell that they upped the budget and upped the game. It feels even better. And the teases that they were showing are just like, oh wow, they're going this way. It feels bigger.
There's some good fucking series on right now. Like I said, I mean, I loved Welcome to Derry, and I loved
that was good.
Fallout, and it's like
the
new. Actually, I really liked the new Stranger Things. The first half of the season, they're not doing the second half until Christmas Day. But
I didn't see it.
I know some people were kind of mixed reviews on it, but I thought it was really good. I mean, the kids are getting older, so it's kind of that kind of thing.
For me, the Fallout series is perfect. That's right up my alley.
Yeah, everybody in it is just right.
Yep.
It's like tonally, it's just right. It's just
the writing's good.
Everything it looks just like the game. Everything is just like the game.
Yeah, and they're very compelling stories, and the good characters. Yeah, and they're not all perfect. Some of the characters are shitbags. You know what I mean?
It's good.
But they might have redemption arcs. They may not. You don't know. You know, it's just a good fucking. It's a good fucking series. I want to get it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, we'll probably buy it eventually.
Yeah, buy it on Blu-ray. First and second in a set or something.
So American Military said, now this, okay, so I didn't look this up then. Austin Yogurt Shop murders were committed by a single offender, Robert Eugene Brashers, investigators described as a transient serial killer. He died by suicide in 1999, no known ties to the victims.
How do they know it's him?
Bizarre as shit.
Must have been DNA.
I guess so. Like I said, I'll look it up because
the teens had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, they were just in the wrong place at the wrong time, you know? Just they were working there and they were closing the shop up. And he just came in and he raped 2 or 3 of them, right? And then shot them. Fucking crazy. But yeah, I was just watching.
He set the place on fire. Did he set the place on fire if I remember correctly?
I don't remember if he set the place on fire. Did he? I don't. It didn't burn down.
Didn't burn down.
But I think he might have set. Yeah, he might have set the bodies on fire.
Yeah.
If I don't really remember.
I thought some part of the ceiling collapsed on one of them because of the fire or something.
Although, wow. Yeah, it was, you know. Klaus is here. Says, "How are you, Jenny and Tom? We're doing good." He's kidding, man. How the fuck are you? Yeah. Well, I'm trying to get to everybody. I'm kind of behind on all the comments.
Me and Klaus are gonna fucking record some shit. Yeah, you know that? We're gonna do some covers.
Yeah.
Klaus didn't know it either. I'm just telling about it right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was gonna say, what are you guys talking about? I don't know what's going on. CB also says Tommy should play Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I haven't had time to play that one. I play a lot of dumb games.
I'm not a big video game person.
I like Fallout. I still got
it. But I like to watch him play Fallout, even though a lot of it's just kind of like walking around looking for shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. There's something about it that's really soothing.
Yeah, I haven't played all the expansions on Fallout. I have them on disc. I got the hard copies of them. And I think the first one I don't, though. I think I own that one just through Steam. But I had to get back into that. I didn't finish them. Some of them, I think I finished the first one, and I finished New Vegas. Now they had a newer one. It was Fallout 72 or something like that. I hadn't played that. I think you had to play that through the cloud though. So I don't know how that would fuck up Jenny while she's working during the day. So I don't know how data hungry it is. And I have the older Xbox. I have Xbox One.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff you can't download it. It's too big, I guess. And it says like the Warhammer 40,000 shit. A lot of that I can play it, but I can only play it through some kind of a cloud type situation. And to do that, I gotta have like a Xbox Live as a monthly service in order to do that. And I don't like video games that much. I want to pay another $20 a month for a game that cost me $100 to download or to play. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, fuck that.
You're like, I don't want to play it that bad.
The only Warhammer game I played was Bolt Gun, and it's kind of like a retro shooter. It's kind of like Doom, and it's made to look retro and everything. It's like you're playing fucking Doom 360 or something. It's fun, but it's just like a generic first-person shooter.
Which those are kind of fun. I used to play Doom a long time ago, but
I like all the Dooms, including the old Dooms.
But they do get kind of boring after a while.
Doom
2. Let's see. CB said, Tom and Jenny, have you seen Bloodline Detectives on Netflix yet? It's fantastic. Yeah, I remember you recommending that, but we haven't got around to watching it yet. And also, American Military said, DNA from under one of the victims' fingernails, Amy, and a 380 shell casing from the scene were re-examined and matched to Brasher's through genetic genealogy databases. So it was like reverse genetic genealogy. That's how they call him. So Zach gave us a super chat. Thank you very much.
What's up, Zach? What do you say?
Guys, I think I've developed a mini obsession with Stevie Nicks. Her coolness and style have pulled me in. Help.
Yeah. Yeah.
She is quite cool.
If you like
I
that,
always thought.
there's a cool goth indie movie called Gypsy 83.
Yeah. We reviewed it a long time ago.
Yeah. You can find it. And it's about this retro goth chick who's a Stevie Nicks fan, and she's trying to convince everybody that Stevie Nicks was goth. And she was a white witch type goth, which I think maybe.
It's marginal.
Yeah, her and her gay goth friend go on a road trip. You'd like it. You'd like it.
Yeah, it's like a road trip.
It's a road trip movie.
And that's a lot like a lot of goth people of our generation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it's kind of mostly forgotten now, but like old fuckers like us,
Yeah.
remember that because it's like we related to that shit so hard.
Yeah. And the gay goth dude, who's one of the leads in the film, was friends with my first wife, or the character that he was based on was friends with my first wife.
Yeah.
They were in a pen pal ring. Back in the days, goths would have these big metal rings with cards. They were laminated cards, and it had photographs on there of you and shit that you liked and your address, and you could make pen pals through there, and then you would send that ring you'd mail it to one of your goth friends, and then you'd add your own card to it. It was before the internet.
Well, obviously, because now everybody's like,
yeah, it was before the internet.
What the fuck are you talking? Why would you do that?
Yeah, pen pals, and that was how goths fucking met each other from across the sea, and where you found it. That's where you found out where all the clubs were in other states.
Yeah,
because there was no internet. Well,
we had it rough, y'all.
She was writing to a bunch of people, and one of those persons was that guy, and that was one of her main pen pals. And it's not talked about in the movie, but that kid killed himself. He eventually committed suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not addressed in the movie. But he got stuck in a little rinky-dink town and fucking got depressed and drank himself into a stupor and poisoned himself. I think is what it was. Drank a bunch of poison. This is all by memory, though. I don't remember. I think that's what she told me. That he wrote a letter and everything. He was a drama queen.
Well, I mean, that's kind of goes with the territory.
Yeah. He couldn't get out of his town.
I'm not a drama queen, but a lot of goths are.
Yeah, he was in his early 20s, maybe 20, 21, and couldn't get out of his town and was stuck with his parents and couldn't make it to the club every weekend and couldn't get a job.
That is pretty fucking depressing.
Got depressed and couldn't find a job in his local area and shit, and got drunk and fucking offed himself.
Yeah. American Military says, by the way, Jenny, your hair and outfit resemble what Madonna wore when she accepted her award for her goth video for Frozen.
Yeah.
You wear it better, though. Well, thank you very much. I actually quite liked that video. I didn't see her accepting the award for it, though. I remember that being a really cool video. That was kind of a cool song, I thought, for Madonna.
Yeah, my ex actually was a Madonna fan from that time, from the 90s is what you're talking about. She had like a little goth.
Yeah.
She was always kind of a Susie ripoff anyway.
Yeah.
But during the 90s era, she kind of started to have kind of a more kind of like 90s goth look.
I kind of feel like that a lot of
indie bands had it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, because, in the 90s, you started getting, grunge music got popular, and then, like, all this other alternative, like Nine Inch Nails and shit like that started getting popular. And so then, like, a lot of movies came out, like The Matrix and all that kind of shit. The Crow. And so goth had a little mainstream moment.
Yeah, and
in the 90s, so I feel like a lot of,
Yeah, and some of the grunge kind of indie bands started to adopt a goth type aesthetic, and there was some crossover, like, Hope Sandoval, from what was the name of her
Mazzy Star.
Mazzy Star. A lot of goths liked that. She
did a bunch of shit with the Jesus and Mary chain too.
Yeah, and she kind of had kind of a 90s goth, kind of a Lolita goth kind of look in a way, even though she wore white. But there was something just kind of goth about her in the videos. She was a shoegazer, and shoegaze was kind of goth.
Yeah, that was definitely goth adjacent.
Yeah, and then Curve kind of had that girl.
Oh, they were great. Yeah, I really liked them. I feel like they've been kind of forgotten about, but Curve were a great fucking band, man.
And then you had fucking another goth adjacent band was Shirley Manson from Garbage,
yeah.
And fucking a lot of goths liked her. She was just a Scottish chick, and she just had a really cool look and bright red hair or reddish hair, I guess you could say. Remember they had that weird kind of reddish brown, reddish.
Yeah.
Oh, what am I thinking of? Not really red. What do you call it? Mahogany.
Like auburn.
Auburn kind of hair, but it was artificial color, and she just had a really cool look. And I got a lot of nostalgia for mid to late 90s. That time was a really good time.
Yeah. CB says, me and my girlfriend know a guy in his 70s at the bar. Nobody had seen him in about 3 months, and the girls behind the bar told us he got caught for a sex murder he did when he was 21.
Oh, shit.
Yikes. They'll get you in the end. Especially now that they have all that reverse genealogy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, if I had any unsolved murders out there with my name on it, I wouldn't be getting fucking sleep. You'd be up worried about them all the time. If you got any bodies out there, man, you need to be fucking watching your back. I hope it's sweating you. You did it. They gonna catch you.
I mean, it might take them 30 years, but they'll
eventually catch you. They even caught D'Angelo after all that time.
After all that time, yeah. And like I said, we did a show about the original Night Stalker / Golden State Killer before they caught him.
Yeah.
But then they caught him.
When it comes to homicides, there's no statute of limitations. They're going to be looking forever.
And we were just, because like I said, I was watching a bunch of true crime shit like last night. And here's the thing. We were doing one that like this woman, I can't remember what her name was, but she disappeared. Like she disappeared from her house, and they still haven't found her.
Yeah.
And they suspect that probably her husband did it. I mean, 99% of the time that's who it is. But they still haven't found her body. He won't confess. They say that he's the main suspect, but they won't arrest him.
They don't have anything to arrest him with.
And yeah, they don't really have like enough concrete evidence, I guess. But they did come out like in public and say, yeah, well, he's our only suspect. Which, I don't know, seemed like a weird thing to do.
Yeah.
But the thing about it was that one of the reasons why they think it was him is because they'd been married a long time, and he had fucked around on her, and then she found out and got upset, obviously, but then they were like, well, she agreed to like open the marriage up. It doesn't sound like she was like super jazzed about it, but they had to talk about it and blah blah. So apparently one of the rules was that you could fuck around if you wanted, but the other person had to know about it ahead of time, and you weren't allowed to like catch feelings for this other person. So that was essentially agreed to, but then the husband went and fell in love with a coworker named Erin, and then the wife found out about that, and she's like, okay, that's it. Like, I'm divorcing your ass. And for some reason, he didn't want her to divorce him. Like, he was totally shocked and blindsided. It
happens over and over again.
But she kept telling him, she's like, look, if you do this again, I'm going to divorce you. And then she finally was like, here. And he got the papers served. And then, literally, like, days later, she mysteriously vanished. Now...
It happens over and over again. Motherfuckers are stupid.
Yeah.
For some reason, they can't divorce their wife. Most normal fucking thing in the world. Me and Jen are both divorced. Okay?
Yes.
Just divorce your fucking wife. Don't kill her.
I mean, yeah, why? I don't, and they didn't really give any good reason.
Yeah.
They didn't really give any good reason as to why he couldn't divorce her or why he didn't want her to. So it's like, look, she even told you could fuck around as long as she knew about it.
Yeah.
And like I guess, and technically she was allowed to fuck around too, but it doesn't sound like she really did. Like she was kind of sort of dating this guy, but they weren't really sleeping together. They were just kind of hanging out. And So he repeatedly like broke the rules that they had established, and then he seems completely shocked and allegedly did something to her.
What about that one loser He was a young guy, good-looking guy, skinny, had a cute wife, had a job, got a good house, had fucking 2 kids with her, 2 little cute kids. He goes and starts working out and gets jacked, gets another girlfriend. He decides he's going to kill his wife and his kids and somehow get away with this and then move his new girlfriend into that house.
I remember that case.
Remember that bitch?
How stupid can you
He took his little daughter out and fucking strangled the little boy in front of the daughter and then strangled the daughter.
I think he probably just wanted to do that anyway.
And then he killed, I think he killed the wife. Remember that?
Yeah.
And of course got caught.
Well, duh.
Yeah, 5 days later they go, you did it. He goes, yeah, I did it.
I did it.
Basically, you know.
Like, what did you think was going to happen, you dumb fuck?
Yeah.
I've never had a good... Even the guys are like, well, I couldn't divorce her because she'd take all my money. One, she's not going to take all your money. It's usually, like, divided. And they come to, like, an agreement. You have to come to an agreement on that. She's not going to, like, take you to the cleaners. I know there's this whole thing. But it's just kind of like... And a lot of those dudes have a fuck ton of money anyway. And it's like, you have a fuck ton of money. What the hell are you worried about?
The cutest little daughter, maybe 5 or 6 years old, fucking... Daddy, why? No.
Yeah, it's like, what? I don't understand how anybody could do
man?
that. That dude is fucked up. I mean,
I'd have to fucking beat you to death.
I mean,
for
he'd have it coming. I'm not.
What the fuck, man?
I just don't understand, like, why they can't just.
Yeah. Daddy, no, why?
Yeah. Jesus
fuck,
Christ.
man. I'm fucking crazy. I'm not that fucking crazy. I could easily kill people, but it's in hot blood. You know, I'm a soldier, and it's usually mission oriented. I'm defending somebody else, or we're getting some shit. But you know, fucking a child, your child, Daddy, no, why? You know, fucking. What? Well, I gotta fuck this other chick. You're out of here. What kind of fucking thinking is that? You need to be fucking squashed,
put down like a dog.
Yeah, I'll cook your ass alive.
Because all that just to get some trim. I don't really understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah, and there was nothing wrong with the first wife.
Yeah, the pussy can't be that good.
Yeah, they were like on par with one another.
Yeah.
So visually,
I will never understand.
It didn't make any fucking sense to me.
That's fucking crazy.
Just some kind of, I wouldn't even say psychopathic because fucking I've known psychopaths. I'm probably a high functioning psychopath. At least there's a sense of fucking. The psychopath fucking knows right from wrong. He just does wrong
what he wants to
get it done.
Anyway.
Right, yeah. A sociopath is a weaselly little fucker who lies and fucking hides what he is and shit. You know what I mean? Just the lowest of the low. You know.
I just don't understand it.
Just for that, for no reason. No, like you said, for trim.
Yeah.
It's
like if you're really so head up on this other chick and you want to get with this other chick, just divorce your wife. Have a hard. Yeah, she'll be mad.
Yeah, just divorce the wife. Let her have the house.
Yeah.
You fucked it up.
You fucked it up.
You couldn't control your dick.
Right. So it's your fault.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, tell you what, I know you're mad, but it's just kind of like, I like this.
It had to be an ego thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a dick thing. He just wanted another life.
Yeah.
That which is, I think it's an egotistical fucking thing.
Well,
definitely. Fuck these people. I want another life.
I'm gonna start over.
Yeah.
Hard reset.
Because if it was just a dick thing, he would just go, well, you know what? I'm gonna fucking pay a fucking pro.
Well, yeah, just
to
go
come over and
go to a sex
know.
worker.
It's no feelings or nothing, and
Yeah, you would just do that. You would
right.
Think.
That's what you would do.
If you just wanted some strange.
Right. Just get some strange from a pro and fucking wash your hands of it and fucking go. But it's something deeper.
Yeah. It's
something
gotta be
a lot more fucked up, where you're like, I'm gonna throw this entire family away. These kids that love me.
Yeah, I don't ever.
These little kids and shit, and then this wife that married me that had my kids. Hey, I'm gonna throw her away for this other one. That's about the same.
Yeah. Need a newer model or just a different model.
Yeah.
Got sick of this one.
Yeah.
Let's just throw this.
And
one
it's
in the
all
trash.
about his little narrow ass.
Well, yeah.
It's just I can't fathom it.
Like I said, I never understand that.
At least I have a sense of friend and foe. Jen will fucking attest. I'm fucking loyal. Fucking I'll stand up for friends. I'll fucking fight for friends and shit like that. I'll fuck people over, but they're bad.
Yeah.
when I do it, they're bad. I wouldn't have done it if you weren't bad. I wouldn't have done it. You're bad.
You're a piece of shit. So
you're an enemy. I have a friend enemy fucking dynamic, and I know the difference. And yeah, your friends will fuck up. That doesn't mean they're your enemy though. An enemy is an enemy. An enemy is somebody you can't reason with. If you can reason with them, then they're not an enemy.
Yeah. Grabther says, who would you rather dance with next time at the Abyss? Madonna, Stevie Nicks, or Shirley Manson?
Shirley Manson.
I'm going to go Shirley Manson. Yeah.
Shirley Manson.
And it's funny because...
Well, Shirley Manson... we're talking about them in their prime.
Yeah.
Because now they're all has-beens.
Well, I mean, they're all old like we all
They're all old has-beens, yeah.
American Military said, I saw Garbage live at MTV's Campus Invasion Tour, during which she premiered The World Is Not Enough.
Oh, great.
Interestingly enough, that's kind of our song.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's our song.
to the extent that we have
it's
our song.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
World Is Not Enough.
That's our song. It's on Spotify, and every time it comes on, like in the rotation,
be like holding hands, singing that shit.
Oh, it's our song.
Yeah, yeah. Get the guns.
Because it's the villain song.
Oh yeah, it's a Bond villain shit.
It does kind of fit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think it is. It's from the villain's point of view.
Yeah.
From that movie.
But yeah, that's our song to the extent.
If the world's not enough, you're a megalomaniac. You want the moon and Mars too. You want the entire universe.
That's another thing I'll never understand. I never understand people like, I want to rule the world. What for? It sounds like a lot of fucking work.
Motherfucker, some people are just... The people that do have all that fucking power are fucking kind of nuts. That's why they can't be trusted.
Like, I wouldn't mind having a shit ton of money, but if I had a shit ton of money, you would never hear from me. Yeah. I would just go be relaxing someplace. You know what I mean?
To amass...
I don't need to be in the public spotlight. I don't need any of that.
To amass that much wealth and power, you have to take it. You're a predator, basically. You can't really be a good person and get all that. And if you inherit it, which I think a lot of them have kind of partially inherited it,
I mean,
you got to continue to defeat enemies and ruin other people in order to keep that amount of wealth and power intact. That's why, fucking absolute power continues to corrupt people. Corrupts absolutely. And fucking once you have that amount of power and wealth, the only thing you fear is the loss of all that power and wealth. So that's why they're constantly trying to fucking use governments as puppets and fucking using weaponized corporations, anything to keep them and their money flowing and their control over governments.
More.
Yeah. Well, when you have all that fucking power, the last thing you want is some law to be passed by some pissant way down the line that jeopardizes your wealth and power. And all of a sudden they tear your company apart and you're just like a regular person. You're not going to allow that.
Ew.
So no. So you're going to spend a shit ton of money and just keep throwing money at that fucking central government, have agents in there, and fucking you're going to bribe politicians to make sure to protect your empire. The so-called leaders in Washington are not leaders. They're servants. They're servants to the rich people. They're in there to protect rich people. That's their job. That's what they're being paid for. That's why it should be dismantled. Really, because that's all it does.
He was saying when he said about when Shirley Manson sang "World Is Not Enough," said after singing it, Shirley Manson said, "Eat your heart out, Celine Dion."
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. CB says, me and my girlfriend have a rule about not going off with someone at the fetish bar. I mean, it's a good rule to have. Everyone's different, and as long as, like I said, people can do whatever they want in their own relationships, as long as everyone's on the same page, Me
and Jen really don't have anything to worry about because we're always going to the same clubs with the same people that we've known for years. And anytime anybody ever does anything sideways, we've known that motherfucker or that chick for fucking 15 years. It's all fun and games.
Yeah, no one really takes anything all that seriously
serious,
because everybody knows the deal.
Yeah, and a lot of these people are in relationships with other people and shit. And it's fun.
Yeah.
More than anything else. And it's politics. Song breaks out, some chick fucking jumps into Jenny's arms and just, you know what I mean?
Well, last time,
yeah, hell rap.
we were.
We know who she is, though. You know.
Well, at the '80s night last,
Yeah,
because look, I love Duran Duran, okay, and
Yeah,
I don't make any secret about that. And normally, if John plays Duran Duran, it's going to be almost always Girls on Film or Planet Earth. Those are like the two that is, which are good, but those are, or Hungry Like the Wolf. He plays that a lot too. However, this past Saturday, he played The Reflex, which is a great dance song. And I was like already out on the floor. I don't remember what the song before it was, but I was like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, our friend Dawn like comes running like out of nowhere, like up to me, and she's like, ah.
Yeah, and they're...
We were all singing.
Yeah,
and shit.
going,
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great
when
song.
You guys look so cute.
We're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
We're dancing to The Reflex. Shut up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just a really good song to dance to.
Yeah.
I wish you played it more often. They have a lot of good dance songs, but you know.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night is Dimitri is DJing because it's Memento Mori. And they're doing it's like memorial.
But yeah. What's his name died?
For our friend Mike.
Mike died. He's been at the house. It was they're dying, man.
That's crazy.
I tried to get him to fucking work out with me. Tried to get him into fitness. He wouldn't do it. Body mass index. Too heavy.
I mean, scary.
Too heavy. Too fat. No sedentary lifestyle. Eating and drinking to his heart's desire. And never had any athleticism in the background. Fucking dropped over and fucking dead of a heart attack. And younger than me.
Yeah, 55.
55.
So, it happens. But, you know.
You reap what you sow.
So they're doing, like I said,
you
now
don't live for free.
We've said this before, like some people just die like because they're unlucky, you know what I mean? Obviously,
it's luck, it's genetics, luck.
But you can't do stuff to
bad
mitigate
habits, drugs, alcohol. Some of them just cancer. Fucking let two of them go from cancer.
And they didn't do anything to.
They didn't do anything wrong.
They weren't unhealthy or anything by any stretch.
Nope, just bad luck.
Like I said, just bad luck.
And then brain tumor, bad luck.
Yeah.
Young, beautiful chick. I don't even think she was 35. She was probably about 32.
Something like that.
Horrendous.
Well, once you get to our age, I mean, once you get into your 50s, like, you see your little cohort start dying off, and we're kind of seeing that now.
One of them died of fucking drug overdose. Well, actually, 3 of them have died from drug overdose. That really hot chick that just showed up one time and was dead. It was one of Mike Stone's friends.
Yeah. Mike Stone died of a...
Then Mike Stone died
He was the guy that did the fetish night over at the gay bar.
Yeah. Got a hold of bad coke.
Yeah.
Probably fentanyl in it or something.
Yeah, who knows what they're killed him with these days.
He liked the blow.
Yeah.
And he got a hold of some bad
drugs
shit.
Are bad, okay. Well, I mean, some drugs are
killed him. And then
just be careful.
And then there was a guy he was pretty fun to hang out with. He'd show up in a fucking suit and fucking hot chicks and gun in his pocket, white dude. He was a drug dealer.
Yeah.
And he lived in hotels. Just lived in hotels. He didn't have a house. That hot girl was probably half his age he was with. She woke up in the morning at the hotel and he was dead.
Yeah. Which, Jesus, I can't imagine that.
Yeah. Drugs.
Like I said. Drugs are bad.
Yeah.
They're not bad across the board. But, like, you just gotta be careful.
Yeah.
That's all.
He was going off the deep end, though. He was starting to misbehave in the club.
True.
Yeah. Like, you're losing control. And then 2 weeks later, he died. Did something. He didn't say what drug it was, but something he did.
Yeah.
Something he was selling.
CB says the rule me and my girlfriend have is more for safety because you just don't know it would kill me if my girlfriend got hurt or worse. Yeah, that's the thing. You can't really that's why you don't really see women as much, like, aren't as head up about like casual sex, like just leaving and stuff. People do, but we have a lot more to fucking lose. Yeah. You know what I mean? We could get murdered.
Our DJ Dimitri, the one that we do these events with, he actually has it. His foundation was actually built doing fetish parties.
Yeah.
And he was famous for for DJing at a fetish party that ran for a while. And I think he said he did 6 or 7 of them. And they were in the rich neighborhoods. They were in mansions. And it was old rich guys throwing these fucking parties. We're talking about guys in their 60s and 70s that were in the fetish scene. And it was young couples coming to these parties, basically pimping the wives out to these old dudes in a fetish type environment. Weird. And he was DJing it.
Yeah.
He was telling me what was going on in there.
Yeah, he's got
and this was like, we're not talking about houses like ours. We live in a big house. We're talking about Florida mansions with fucking pools, indoor swimming pools.
It's like some kind of eyes wide shut.
Eyes wide shut shit. Yeah. These are dudes that are fucking, they're talking about dudes along the lines of my ex fucking boss, fucking Dr. Matt. Guys in the medical industry and shit. Yeah, that level.
Yeah, that have like a whole bunch of money in big mansions and
whole bunch of money and just bringing your hot wife over and them throwing bills out on the ground and fucking you walking her up on a leash. She's in fucking heels and fucking stockings and stuff, and he's paying her to do things to her, paying her to do things to him in front of the husband. Weird shit.
Well, like I said, it's like. If everyone is involved, if everyone involved knows what the score is, I don't have a problem with that. I don't want to fucking do that. I don't care how much you pay me. I don't want to fuck some crusty old dude that's like that needs to pay for it.
Yeah.
Not really my thing.
Yeah.
But...
Well, he said they were all dressed up in suits, dressed up like they were millionaires because they were millionaires, and the dudes were showing up in like fetish clothing with the wives in fetish clothing, rubber and shit like that, and. The kink was, I'm going to pay your wife to service me while you watch, or you're going to sell your wife to me, which is, you can't do that in a fetish club.
No.
Can't do that. This was done in private houses.
Yeah, you can.
Mansions that were fucking, had gates around them and shit. Because that's illegal. That's prostitution, technically.
Technically, yeah.
Technically, you could argue in a court of law that was prostitution.
If your neighbors complained, you could get in big trouble.
Even though everybody there was in the fetish scene, where their kink was prostitution.
Yeah,
that's what the kink was. It's still prostitution.
Yeah.
You could get if you recorded it, had video of it, you could prove in a court of law that was prostitution, even though it was fetish kink.
Yeah. But see, that's why I think that whole shit is dumb. Because if no money was exchanged...
Then it'd be fine.
Then it would be fine.
The kink is that money was exchanged.
Yeah.
That's what the kink was.
Maybe they like the danger of, like, maybe we'll get arrested for it.
Well, it's you're my hoe, I'm a hoe, you're my whore.
Yeah. That
kind of shit. I'm the pimp, this kind of... That whole dynamic. And then...
I get why some people like that. It's just, it's not really my thing.
And then there was, like, the element of... paying the woman to do something she doesn't really kind of want to do. So you keep increasing the offer to find the limit to where she'll actually do it.
Yeah.
All under the supervision of the husband. In other words, it's that, what was that fucking indecent proposal?
Yeah.
Like that, but more of it. Wasn't that the name of that movie?
Yeah.
That's what they're talking about.
But Demi Moore in that?
Yeah. But
that guy that said, he was offering him, what was it, $1 million, right? $1 million.
The thing is, that was that was a private date.
Yeah.
What Dimitri said, this was like in public, in the house,
right,
in front of the other people, in front of the other guests. It's like eyes wide shut.
Yeah.
So it's not in private. It's in the party.
Right. So everyone else got to watch.
Everybody else sees it. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, like I said, I know I can see why that's a kink.
Yeah.
I'm not averse to the idea of it.
Right.
But I don't think I'd want to do it in real life.
No.
But I feel like that about a lot of like kind of sexual fantasy kind of stuff. It's like most of the stuff is like cooler just thinking about it.
We ought to have him on. we ought to have him on as guest one day. He could tell the stories about kind of shit. He said he didn't. he said they were fun parties, but he said there was a certain element of kind of like, he said it was kind of in a way kind of depressing. He thought it was kind of depressing because some of those couples were poor.
Yeah.
Okay, so they actually
needed the money.
Need that money.
Yeah. Which that kind of puts a different spin on it, doesn't
they
it?
were poor. They were in the fetish scene, but they were poor.
Yeah. So they were like, well, they might not necessarily want to do it, but if you're gonna get like all kind of
money. The dude fucking throws $3,000 down. She's got to do the gangbang.
Man,
with the three old dudes.
I really do need $3,000.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be just that. It's gonna be some other shit. They might go out of there with $10,000.
Right.
Which is a lot of money for some couple. The couples that he's describing were on the economic level of, say, like the artist couple that does the shit from the mannequins.
Oh, Damian and the
Damian. Like Damian and what's her name? They were like
Shae.
people that lower income.
Yeah.
Hot, scenesters, but lower income. Renting a room in a house filled with a bunch of other people.
Right.
That kind of deal.
That's what we'll see, but that's
so to them, $10,000 is a fucking shit ton of money.
Well, yeah, I mean that is a shit ton of money.
Yeah,
to me it is.
They could get a new house. They could get into a new apartment on their own. That kind of shit. Let me go. So,
I'm probably. Yeah. Okay.
I'll come back.
I'm almost empty. Yeah. So to me, that doesn't really seem. It's not like a level playing field, is it? Though, because like if some creepy motherfucker came to me and said, "Hey, I'll give you $1 million to do this, that, and the other," it's like. I don't want to do that, but then on the other hand, $1 million. You know what I mean? I could retire. But I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel. It's not like anyone's going to offer anyways, but it's just kind of like I don't know how I would feel about it. It's just I wouldn't enjoy it for sure. And I'm not the kind of person that can pretend to enjoy things when I'm not enjoying them. You know what I mean? Like I don't have a good poker face.
What are you
in
talking
other
about?
words, I said that kind of puts a different spin on it because if you really needed the money, like if if some motherfucker came to me and said, "Hey, I'll pay you $1 million to do this, that, and the other," I'd just be like, "Man, I really do not want to do that." But $1 million,
right? Well, what was happening is those parties were happening, and one couple would recruit another couple.
Right.
They would say, "Yeah, they could use some help. We'll invite them to the next one."
Yeah.
That type of deal. And these old dudes will break off some money and that kind of
and then you don't really know where it ends. You don't know if it's just like a one and done or if they're just gonna keep if it's gonna keep continuing. You might not want to get on that fucking train. CB says a guy offered me $30,000 to eat my ass. I turned him down and he got kicked out for doing it. That seems 30,000 as in pound 30,000 pounds. Holy shit. That's not bad. But, I can see, it's just kind of like, you'd think about it because it's a lot of money, you know what I mean? It's like, shit, I could pay all my credit card debt off with that. But it's just kind of like, what would it be like to really do that? It would be weird. I don't know.
Yeah, they were all being recruited out of that Tampa fetish scene. Tampa fetish and the castle.
Well, yeah.
So, because
there's a huge
crossover
in Tampa and in South Florida too. Yeah. Like they have a lot. They used to have a lot of fetish parties down there. Yeah. I think that's where Dimitri used to.
Yeah, used to do
it. Because he's from South Florida. I
thought it was Tampa where he said it was happening, but it may have been
maybe so. But like I said, well, I think he used to DJ down in South Florida if I remember correctly. Would you? If somebody offered you, Tom, $30,000 to eat your ass.
To eat my own ass?
To eat your own ass. No, for them to eat your ass.
Yeah. Oh, to eat my ass? For $30,000? Hell yeah, man. Fucking go get some gloves. Fucking.
It's like, hey, I'm not. It'd be like if you want to eat my ass for $30,000. I don't want to eat someone else's ass for $30,000.
I'll just fucking hold on real tight, close my eyes and shit.
And I'm like, you're gonna be the one back there, I just gotta sit here.
Think about a brand new Harley Davidson and fucking
and then just take it.
And, paying off my credit card bills and shit.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I can pay my credit card bills off of it. Like if you just want to do something like that, like that's not real. you know. I didn't. Now, if somebody came and said like, "I'll give you 30,000 so I can like shit in your mouth" or something like that, I'm like, no thanks. That's a hard pass.
No, but based on what I remember Dimitri telling me, this the imagery I have in my head. It was basically they would go in there and have a party, and there would be shows, and then it would slowly kind of build up. Where if it was a chick that was kind of new, a couple that was kind of new, they would start off real slow with them, paying them for little things to do here and there. You know what I mean? And then if they liked her, they could build up to where, you know, they were gonna 3 old dudes that all fucking trip in, couple grand piece, so like $6,000 to gangbang her on the fucking pool table, you know, in front of everybody while the party's going on.
Right.
You know, and the husband's got her on a leash, type of deal. Recording it, maybe, that kind of shit.
And that shit would leak out.
Well, the husband be into it.
Well, yeah.
You know.
No, I mean it would leak out on the.
Yeah, well, he'd probably sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Make
part of
some
the kink.
extra money.
Yeah.
Off of that. Like I said, I can see why people would be into that. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel about it in real life.
It's a casino of fucking whoredom.
Casino of
A
whoredom.
casino of whoredom, yeah.
I might be more into it if I was like super drunk, but I'd have to be like super drunk probably. Zach says, I'd get my ass ate for that much if the dude has a beard. Hard to explain, but it feels amazing. It's kind of like having a little scratchy like Brillo pad back there. I think that it was the end of the night and we were all kind of inebriated, but I'm pretty sure I remember our friend Scotty offering me, I don't remember how much it was, like some amount of money, like to eat my ass, and I was just kind of like, yeah, whatever, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? I don't remember how much. I don't even remember if he said an amount. We were walking out to the car because he's always parks like across, or I guess we park across from him because he usually gets there before we do. But we park in the same lot, you know. And we get there about the same time, or he gets there a little bit before. And he usually sits in his car for a little while before he goes in, doing what? I don't know what he's doing because, well, when he was with his, you know, girl that he used to bring with him, that he paid to bring his sugar baby, you know, he'd be getting blown in the car. But, because we would always tease him when we pulled up. He's like, are you getting blown in there? Can we look? You know what I mean? He's like, no, it's fine. We already did that. But, you know what I mean? But now he comes by himself, so I don't know what he's doing sitting out there. He's like, yeah, I'll be in a bit. I'm just like, I don't know. Like I said, didn't our friend Scotty like offer me some amount of money to eat my ass or something?
Yeah.
That
bitch should fucking do it. It will offer money for anything, and
I was like, you're not gonna pay me to do that. Come on now. I didn't take it serious.
No, you can't. Really take
he says shit. He says
all kinds of crazy shit. You can't take most of what he says seriously. He hangs out in the goth scene. He's a jock.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
He's a fucking jock. He would have been a jock. He not really. He wouldn't have been the fucking dude playing football. He would have been the fat dude in the stands, fucking cheering on the football game.
Yeah.
He's that kind of jock. The John Belushi jock, the gross dude that would fucking put eggs in his mouth and like that and spill it. I was it. He's like one of those kind of guys.
Yeah.
You know.
Not quite as zany,
boy.
But almost. He's kind of
type.
along those lines, yeah.
Yeah. And he's one of those. But he hangs out in the goth scene and in the 80s scene. He knows all that fucking music. He knows the culture. He gets...
Well, he's been going to shows for 30-something years.
Yeah. So he presents and lives as a jock.
Yeah, you would never know.
You'd never know. He's a goth. He knows all the fucking goth music. He loves goth chicks. He likes fucking girls. He likes underage girls, too.
He does, yeah.
He'll tell you that.
It's a little bit creepy.
Oh, man, she's 14. Oh, you know. I said, dude, you some kind of pervert? He's like, yeah. He doesn't... I don't think he does it. He's trying to shock you.
Yeah, I think that's partially.
He's trying to shock you. You know, he goes, you guys want to go to...
He said he was going to pay for us to go to Thailand.
Go to Thailand with him. Because he doesn't want to go by himself. Because
he was supposed to go with our friend John, but our friend John passed away.
Yeah.
And left him a whole bunch of money.
A shit ton of money. Almost $500,000.
I think it was almost $500,000.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
He's got a lot of money, too. He owns a fucking big
He owns another bar in downtown Sanford
Room.
called the Capitol Room.
You can look it up on
It's
YouTube.
like a block or two away from
the Capitol Room in Sanford. You can look it up on Google. It's a fucking beautiful place.
It is nice in there.
I was fucking hanging out with him while he was building it.
Yeah, I went in there before it was open and I saw it was mostly done.
He wanted me to fucking work for him, and I was like, "You kind of, dude, no, we're friends. I don't want to work with you."
I did some posters and stuff for him before they opened
Right.
and stuff, but
fucking, I don't like money involved with friendships and shit. Fucking Big Tom wanted me to fucking manage his bar for him, and I'm like, I'm not really experienced in bar management. Get a real bar manager. I don't want I don't want your money.
Get somebody that knows how to do that stuff, and it's like, well, yeah, because it's just kind of like
I could host a club, but I'm not a bar manager.
Yeah, yeah, you don't have any experience doing that, and it's like, and it's a hard job, and it's like, I don't know shit about that either,
Right.
you know, and it's like, I get that people want to hire their friends because they want to hang out with them, but
you're setting yourself up to lose your friendship if you fucking take a job like that, though.
Don't they? That's what they always tell you. Like, don't work with your family or family. Yeah, which there is some truth in that.
Yeah,
because it'll kind of fuck up your relationships. To be honest with you,
Anyway,
like I said, look at all the fucking kitchen nightmare shows that ruined all the marriages and stuff like that. Because like couples trying to run restaurants and shit.
He's like, I want you guys to go to Thailand with me, man. I'll pay everything. I just don't want to go there by myself. And he goes, y'all are cool and everything. And he goes, and I want you to pick out my lady boy for me. And says, I want to pick out a lady boy? He goes, yeah, I want you to pick out a fucking lady boy. And I said, what kind of lady boy do you want me to pick out for you? And he goes, I don't give a fuck. It's going to be on you. You pick out any lady boy you want. That lady boy's going to fuck a shit out of me. This is in your ass. It's in the ass.
Yeah.
And I was just...
He wanted Tom to pick one.
And I was like, okay. And I'm thinking in my mind, I'm going to get the most fucked up looking lady boy.
That'd be mean.
Yeah.
Although it would be really funny.
Because I said, any one of them. Because he's a fucking kinkmeister, man. He's a crazy...
He is a freak.
He's fucking freak, and you would never know by looking at him. He looks like a fucking...
I'm telling you, man, it's always the normal
fat jock,
ones.
regular jock, dude.
People think like people that look like us are fucking weirdos, which we are. I'm not saying we're kind of weirdos, but it's like
normal people,
you got to watch the normal looking.
The normal
ones,
looking
man.
people are fucking.
They're
weird.
way weirder than we are.
Yeah.
Way weirder.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they'll tell me something like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. And the thing is,
I'm not doing that. Shut up.
He wants to get fucked in the ass by a ladyboy before he dies.
Yeah, it's like
he wants to do everything. He's
goals.
That's his goal. He wants me to pick it out. And I'm like, okay, we can do that.
Tom can do that.
We can do that. I'll find you one. I was thinking about I'm gonna fucking show up with the most fucked up looking ladyboy with a beard and all kinds of shit. But and I think what
He'd
it
probably
is
be into that,
because he put it that way. I was trying to analyze what the kink was. The kink was loss of control. That's what I think.
That's a very common kink.
Yeah,
just
he don't
across
want
the
to be
board.
in charge. He wants just.
You got to do whatever.
He can't get out of it, and it's just he's going to surrender to it.
Right. That's a very common kink.
That's what I think it was.
Well, like I said, that's kind of like that kind of encompasses like cuck sort of kinks, like all that kind of stuff. You know, rape fantasies, all that kind of stuff. It's all kind of like, you don't have any control over the situation.
Yeah. See, because he's got money, so he has control over all the women that he deals with because he pays them.
Because he pays them.
Yeah, he pays. He gets them off these websites like fucking name your price, which is kind of like a dating website, but
it's like a sugar daddy,
it's a
sugar
daddy
baby
situation.
situation.
So they're young.
Yeah,
they're young.
He likes them young.
Yeah, they're they're old enough to get on the site, so they're at least 18.
I mean, they're old enough to get in clubs.
The ones that we see, I think there's a couple of them that are they're.
Yeah, there might be other shit we don't know about.
I don't know.
I'm just saying the ones we know about.
I would never trust that motherfucker around like a daughter or a fucking child.
I would not either.
No.
I'm telling you that right now.
But that's not my responsibility. I'm not a cop. And I don't know how much is true.
Yeah, some of it he might just be saying shit sideways just to see if he can get a reaction.
He tries to impress you. He tries to impress you with how fucking bent he is.
Yeah.
And he's got these fucking beautiful cars and shit, you know what I mean? He's fucking luxury cars. And he was saying the other day, man, I parked in the parking lot. He likes my Grand Marquis, even though that's not an expensive car. He calls me up and says, dude, man, I almost bought the Cartier edition fucking Crown Victoria. Cartier edition Lincoln Town car.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. We were talking about that.
I said, yeah. And he goes, yeah, it only had a few thousand miles on it. I was like, no shit. He goes, you wanted $30,000 though.
And he's like, and Sam said no, that's his fiance.
Yeah, my fiance said no, it's too much. And he goes, but it was beautiful, man. It was the Cartier edition. There's only a couple of them. And I was just like, yeah, that's a pimped out fucking luxury car. And they're just built like tanks, man. They had a Cartier edition. There's a fucking Gucci edition. There's a fucking... What was the other one? They had a lot of fucking designer editions.
I mean, wasn't one of the designer... Maybe I could be wrong.
Louis Vuitton, I think.
Didn't they have one that had like a pattern on it or something like that? And I thought it was super ugly.
Yeah, ugly. I think that
I was like, only a douche would drive that
I think
car.
I think that was like the Louis Vuitton version or something.
Because why would you drive that other than to be like, look how expensive this car is? That is so douchey.
And what's funny is that
douchey.
The Lincoln Town Car is just a Panther platform car. It's the same as the Grand Marquis and the Crown Victoria. It's just stretched another 18 inches and it has a more deluxe interior and paint, some features. They are rock solid. You can get 500,000 miles on one if you treat it right, no problem.
We're hoping, because we have a Mercury Grand Marquis from 1999 that only has
100,000 miles on it. It looks brand new.
We're hoping it will live. It will keep going until we die.
Well, you can rebuild them easy. All the parts are out there.
And we're hoping we don't have to buy another car.
Yeah, and I know, and I can rebuild those motors. You know what I mean? And any American mechanic knows that car.
Yeah.
And then, I'll work on that.
Well, that was one of the reasons we got
it.
Well, that was one of the reasons when I bought a car, like after I crashed my Nissan.
Yeah. Ford Taurus.
That I bought a Ford because Tom's like, get a Ford because I can work on those, like, and it'll save you a lot of money. Because I can fix most of the stuff on it, so that's why I got a Ford.
And all mechanics in the United States can work on them, and we have overabundance of parts.
Yeah, and the parts are cheaper.
Cheap, yeah. And everything's big and robust. You can get your hand inside the engine bay. You can pull things out. You can get underneath it. They're made to be worked on. They're fleet vehicles because the government used them. And state, it's our police cars and taxi cabs. Military staff cars, limousines were all Panther platform Fords, which is a Ford, Lincoln, or a Mercury.
Because they're just simple
it's the same car.
Reliable.
Yeah, real reliable. Tank, heavy, V8. Real simple and robust. Almost like it's Soviet. But when you get inside, the Grand Marquis and the Lincoln Town Cars had a plush interior and a very large interior. I
couldn't believe how big the Marquis was when we got in it. I mean, and I had a 2004 Ford Taurus, which wasn't small. I mean, it was pretty just a regular size sedan. But when we got the Marquis, I was like, holy crap, it's like a fucking apartment in here.
Yeah.
I forgot how big cars were.
I saw a British guy, he bought one, and he's doing a review of that car in England. And he's just saying how much he loved that car, how big it was compared to other cars in the UK. And people would just look at it, and it looks like a big-ass fucking gangster car, because it is. In all those movies where the gangsters show up and shit, it's a Lincoln Town Car.
You can fit your whole gang in there.
Which is the same thing as my car, just 18 inches longer. They stretched it. And they only stretched it so the passenger could have more leg room. That's all it is. But it's the same car as a cop car or a taxi cab, just more plush interior. And and it's just a big chilled out V8, and it's the same car as a Ford Mustang V8. It's just that it's a 4-door instead of a 2-door, and it's dressed up to look like a luxury sedan instead of a 2-door coupe. But it's the same. It's a Mustang, same engine, same transmission, same components. That was the whole beauty of the Ford Panther platform. It was kind of modular. You could build a bunch of cars out of the same group of parts, just different body, just the shape was different, the shape and the side.
CB said Tom would have picked the best ladyboy for himself. LOL. Yeah, probably.
We'd have shared that bitch. We just fucking gone fucking family style on it.
Well, see, then you got to pick a good one then.
Yeah. And throw Jen in the mix. It's just fucking,
yeah, I'm not just going to sit there on the sidelines. I can be involved also.
I'm not bashful, man. I'm not bashful, fucking, especially if I've been drinking and fucking everything, and the mood is right. Fucking, I'll tear it up. I don't care.
Yeah, you don't care.
I don't really care. No, as long as the mood is right. I don't use any of that shit to define who I am.
Yeah.
Because even half y'all men are bitches next to me anyway, so it wouldn't even be gay. It wouldn't even be gay. How could most of you motherfuckers could never be a man standing next to me? A woman maybe, but not a man. My testosterone level's 3 times that of a normal human. Yeah, you're all women compared to me, unless you're some kind of pro athlete. Yeah. It's like going back to ancient Greece. You defeat a warrior and rape him on the battlefield and shit because you're a bitch next to me. It's that mentality. That's that leather daddy mentality.
Yeah. Tom has that for sure.
Yeah, my friends are leather daddies. It's like out of maximum security prison or something.
He has no like weird, because you know how some straight dudes are kind of like, ooh, I can't do that. I can't sit next to my buddy at the movie theater because it'd be gay or whatever. Tom does not. He does not.
I don't have that because I don't see you as a man.
He doesn't have that. Well, and also you're not insecure.
I'm not insecure about it. No, I'm not.
You know what I mean? You're just like, yeah, whatever.
Nah, and fucking, we're at the club and fucking women come up and fucking hug me, kiss me, do the same thing to Jen. Gay dudes will come up and hug me, kiss me, and then kiss Jen. It's just, I'm just desensitized to it because they're friends of mine. We don't discriminate on that level.
No.
They're paying respect.
And no one, well, like I said, I was thinking about it earlier because I think like if you're in the goth scene for a long time, it's almost kind of like its own
sexuality. Yeah, it's like its own sexuality.
Because everyone's just kind of like, it's whatever gender.
Yeah, it's Roman. It's like ancient Rome.
Whatever works, man. We're not worried about it.
As long as it's consensual.
We're not worried.
As long as it's consensual.
Yeah. Because I've literally never cared in my whole entire life.
Right. I'm attracted to female energy and women. I'm straight. But, if some fucking trans boy is giving off so much female energy and shit like that, and I don't give a fuck, I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's a woman.
Yeah.
Is it a woman like you're going to have a child? No, of course not. It's just
I can't have a child either because I'm postmenopausal.
Right.
And I'm still
that doesn't
a woman.
mean she's not a woman. It's just,
right.
But, just...
That's why that argument is dumb.
It's not a biological female.
Yeah, but like I said, biology is a huge gray area. So I'm not really concerned about
hormones are a reality, but they all take hormones.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Right.
Like anybody can take hormones. and that actually kind of dictates a lot of people's
of how
behavior.
They are. You're right.
Yeah.
Fucking my boy was fucking, we were talking steroids, he's fucking huge. What, 3 months later, he came out because I'm actually female. I had no idea.
Well, he didn't want to. He wasn't sure how
react to
people would react, so he kind of keeps it on the DL.
Yeah.
Which I understand that, but like I said, in the goth scene, most people would just be like, okay.
Yeah, he was
like,
new to the scene.
They wouldn't care.
He was new to the scene.
But he was new. He didn't know any of us.
He didn't know how I would react to it, but I was just like, oh no, dude, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You're biologically female. Like, yeah. I said, dude, I never would have suspected. I said, boy, he said, don't tell anybody. He says, no, man, they got to know. You're going to be famous. Because in the goth scene, you would be fucking famous.
Well, and like I said,
the chicks would be all over him. And some of the dudes would be on him.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Like I said, especially, and I can't speak for other cities' goth scenes, I don't know, but like around here, everybody that's been in it for a while is like just pretty fucking chill. And literally nobody cares about that.
Yeah.
At all.
They've gone beyond all that. And the thing is...
Like, the worst that would happen, like, you would say that, and they'd just be like, oh, okay. That's it. That's all that would happen.
Here's the weird thing. Mainstream society had a problem with it, and there was big gender wars and all kinds of weird shit happening. And that was going on in the goth scene back in the fucking 80s and 90s, and our scene didn't give a shit about that back then.
That was one of the reasons that, I mean, other than me just being from a kid, like, being into spooky shit... That was one of the things that really appealed to me about the goth scene in general, was that it was just very...
Yeah.
It's very gender... They're just like, whatever. They really did not care.
It wasn't really gender neutral. She almost said gender... It's not what it was they were indifferent.
Yeah, gender indifferent they were just probably indifferent. A better... Yeah.
Yeah, and it was very uncool to wear on your sleeve what your orientation was. It was a lot more cooler to just let people kind of figure it out for themselves.
Yeah.
So some of the shit
or to like not define yourself as it,
right, or not to pigeonhole yourself as that, you know, anything was possible kind of deal.
Yeah, it was more kind of like everything's on the menu,
right,
depending on the situation.
Yeah, and here's the thing: even if it wasn't, there was a shit ton of girls that would fucking like come off as like they were fucking bisexual, but they actually weren't really. Like, you know what I mean? Girls, you throw a girl at them and they're like, oh no, you know. But you know, it was.
Okay, I'm not like that.
Yeah, some girls were like that, some girls weren't. It just depended. And a lot of the guys that you would think that they were probably even like transgender. You get to know them, go, no, motherfucker was straight as an arrow.
Yeah.
But you would never suspect it. Because, you know, they were like, they had that Prince energy.
Yeah.
You would think Prince would be bisexual at least, but from what I heard, he wasn't.
No.
That he was straight.
But like I said, that's not...
He just had a very feminine style.
Yeah, that's not weird to me.
Yeah, he had a very bisexual style, but that's not the way he was, evidently.
It literally, never concerned me.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's really funny that, like...
Yeah.
Girls that you'd throw a girl. I'm like, oh, you throw a girl at me.
Oh, yeah, sure. We know how she was.
Come out to the car.
If she's hot. If she's hot, Jen's about it.
We're going to do some
Yeah.
shit.
Jen's into mental stuff, too, though. If she's really cool.
I'm way more into that.
She likes bookwormy girls.
Yes. I like my nerdy girls.
The one she's liking is making a move on us, but she's doing it in a circuitous fashion. She's asking for a job.
Well, that's how girls do.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to be seen as like slutty or anything.
Yeah.
You know, because that's bad.
She's cute. She's cute. She's making herself available. She's giving herself cover, though.
Yeah.
You know.
We'll see how that works out.
I don't know what her boyfriend's gonna think. I think her.
Yeah, she's got a boyfriend.
I think her boyfriend's indifferent, though. I got a feel his energy is that he's tired of her. That's my energy.
I don't know.
That's what I'm getting off of him. That he doesn't give a shit.
There.
I think
I only see them like once a month.
I got a weird feeling he's sick of her. I just do.
She's a lot. I'm gonna say that. She's a lot.
A lot what?
A lot just in general. Like she's kind of a lot to
She's
process.
She's attention. She likes attention.
You know? She's a lot.
She's a little cute white Hispanic girl. She's probably about 5 feet tall, maybe.
She's
maybe
a tiny
4'11",
tiny person.
maybe 4'10".
Tiny.
And
I have to look down at her like that, and I'm really short, so it's like
I think she's late 20s now, maybe early 30s.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, she's probably in her. I think she's about 30.
Yeah, little black bob haircut, glasses, little horn rim glasses, cute.
Which I like that.
Cute.
I like nerdy girls. Like
nerdy and cute. Yeah, and
I like nerdy girls and I like horror chicks.
Yeah, and
because we can nerd out about horror movies. I like that.
Yeah, and she's has a warm personality, very much into like if you pay her any attention, she just kind of melts into you. Yeah. And she's a good person. We know her. We've known her for a long time.
Yeah.
But I think that guy is through with her. I don't pick up any energy.
Well,
it's almost kind of like he's aloof and disgusted with her. I think he thinks he can get better.
He does seem kind of aloof. I will say that.
I think he thinks he can get better.
But I'm not really sure what's behind that. Because I don't really know him that well.
Well, we don't know her all that well either.
And I don't know her that well either.
Yeah.
Like I said, we only see her about like once.
She's trying to talk her way over here.
Yeah, she kept last time we saw her at Abyss, and she's like, she needs extra money.
Yeah.
And so she's always like trying to.
She wants to be our house cleaner.
She wants to come to our house and clean our house, like once a week or something.
Yeah, for ludicrously kind of low.
Yeah, for like $200 a month.
Yeah.
I'm always like thinking about it. I'm like, man, if you could just clean my bathroom for $200 a month, that would be kind of worth it.
We don't really need that though.
And like clean the cat box.
What we really need is like, I was thinking maybe like clerical work or something.
Although the thing about it is that doing that would be that would be a huge learning curve.
Yeah,
and I would have to spend so much time like trying to train like how to do this and how to do that it wouldn't be worth it. It's easier for me to just do it.
Yeah.
because I already know what I'm doing. Yeah, it takes time, but to teach somebody else to do it, and I hate teaching people to do stuff.
Yeah.
Hate it. I remember I used to tutor when I was in school because they made me. Hey, you're good at math. Hey, you're good at science. Like, teach this younger person that doesn't know how to do it. And I was just like, ugh, I hated it. And then when my first husband didn't know how to do, well, he didn't know grammar. He didn't know algebra. He didn't know how to do algebra. And he wanted to learn how to do algebra. And I tried to teach him how to do algebra, and it was so frustrating. And I was just kind of like, never again. Never again. I couldn't handle it. Because, I'm not, I'm going to admit this. I'm not the world's most patient person. So it's like, if I explain it to you in a way that seems very clear to me and you don't get it, I'm going to get really mad. I'm going to get really frustrated. I'm just like, are you dumb? Why are you not getting this? And it's, and I know that's mean, but it's just kind of like, I'm just going to get really frustrated. So I wouldn't be a good teacher is what I'm saying.
I was passing around this video that they were showing of David Lee Roth, of what he's like at live now. He's just ridiculous. He's horrible. It's time for David Lee Roth. It's time for you to fucking hang your shit up, dude. He can't sing anymore. His background singers do all of it. And when you see him, it's just...
Oh, that reminds me. Hold on. Okay.
Okay.
Let's put a pin in that.
All right.
That's a very corporate thing to say.
Yeah.
But Zach said I wanted to answer this because Zach asked this a long time ago. What's y'all's opinion of the whimsigoth aesthetic? I guess Stevie Nicks was basically the originator of that look. I actually don't have a problem with that. When done well, I think it looks really nice. Like, I don't mind that hippie goth kind of thing because, we knew about that going back to the 80s.
That's old school
and
shit.
90s, there was a lot of that going on.
They had girls in the 70s that had goth shit that was kind of going on.
Yeah, that was going on too. And it's like, and I like that look. It depends though. Like, it depends on how it's pulled off. The only goth adjacent thing I wasn't a big fan of, I didn't like the Jenko pants or the emo shit, which emo and goth are two completely separate things, like I said, but a lot of people conflated them because it looked similar, like to outsiders, I guess. But the emo look I thought was dumb as hell. I did not really like the cyber thing. Tom's like, he thought some of it was cute. It looks cute on really young, skinny girls. I mean, I guess that's true of everything. But
what's that?
Cyber. Like that cyber kind of thing.
Yeah. You gotta be skinny.
You gotta be little, very young and very skinny, and then it's kind of cute. But anyone else just looks ridiculous in it. Like
skinny, big boobs, that too.
Like, that works.
Yeah.
And, so that kind of graver kind of look, I wasn't really a big fan of that. Like with the big hair extensions that were like coils and wires and neon shit. There was a lot of that going on. That was mostly a 90s, 2000s
Yeah, it's very out of style now.
You can't, if you wore that now, I don't think anybody would say anything, but people would kind of be like,
what? Yeah.
Oh, okay, we're bringing that
back. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what would happen.
Like I said, and I feel like as far as fashion goes, the goth scene is very forgiving. You can do like old school shit, like from the 80s, like a death rock. You could come in like being full death rock. If you do it right, people be like, man, that looks awesome.
But it also, a lot of that shit, like a lot of that early 80s death rock look, it really only flies if you're young and hot.
That's true of everything.
Because if you're
young and hot, you can get away with wearing pretty much anything.
If you're old wearing that, then they just see, oh shit, you didn't update your look. From back in the day. Yeah, that's how they're going to look at that.
That's why, yeah.
You're like way out of style, yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, so it's a lot cooler, like, if a 20-year-old shows up
doing it. She wasn't there.
Doing, like, full death rock, because you know she wasn't alive at that point, and you're like, wow, look at her. She's, like, bringing that shit back, and it looks really good. I don't know. Like, an older person could do it as long as they did it right. Yeah?
This is who it was that we're talking about.
It looks like an old picture, though.
A few years back, yeah. A few years back.
That looks like an old picture.
That's from 2018.
So that is an old picture.
It's an old picture. Yeah.
Because I was like, she doesn't look quite... She looks more gothy than that.
Yeah. It's an old picture. 2018. But that's the only picture I have of her.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't have a...
she doesn't have Facebook.
Didn't have Facebook. Yeah.
She's cute as... She's cute as shit, though.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. No, I do have another one.
It's
another old one.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
That's better.
That's also old, though.
That I know, but that looks more like what she looks like.
That's 2020, probably.
Okay. But that looks more like what she looks like nowadays.
Yeah.
No, I gotta pee, but
Okay.
when you talking about David Lee Roth,
Yeah.
reminded me of last night.
David
We're laying on the bed, and all of a sudden, we were watching this true crime show, and this is kind of sad, but like one of the victims' parents, like they showed a picture of them, and they had these ridiculous fucking shirts on, like it was this like Sears portrait or something.
Yeah.
And Tom's like, "Oh my god." That reminds me, like he had gone to Publix like earlier in the day to get salad stuff, like to make lunch, and he's like, "I saw this guy." It's like,
I'll fucking tell the story.
Tell him.
All right.
I was like, I wish he'd taken a picture.
Yeah, well, I couldn't. That dude would have fucking been like, "Were you taking pictures of me?"
Because the way he described it, I was just like, well, he probably lives around here. We'll probably see him at some point. But yeah, I gotta pee. Hold on.
Yeah, he's around here. He lives right here. So I'm coming out of fucking Publix, which is that's our grocery store. Great grocery store, fucking great bakery and everything. And I had purchased, I made a little supply run, and I'm going out to the fucking car with my fucking bags, and I see come walking towards me, coming out of his truck. He had a big old fucking monster truck. This dude. And I was having a fucking time warp, man. All right, how do I start to describe this shit? He was wearing, first of all, he's like about 6'1", maybe 6'2". He's a big dude. And he's broad-shouldered dude. Probably about 45. He's wearing those urban camouflage shorts. The oversized shorts, the ones that go down so far below your knee that they really just like, if you had another 2 or 3 inches, they'd just be pants. He'd have that. That's what he was wearing. The shoes that he had were fucking white slip-on tennis shoes. They were kind of like slip-on Vans.
Not Crocs. Which I
yeah, not Crocs. They were like slip-on Vans, but they were white, like boat shoes. He had a black concert t-shirt that was oversized, went down past his fucking crotch, almost to his fucking knees.
Like a dress.
Black, like a dress. It's black. Big stencil on the front of that bitch. Don Dokken. Said fucking Dokken.
Every time somebody talks about Dokken, I
right?
think about this comedian, and I think this is from the 80s or the early 90s. People just saying, Dokken, you suckin'.
Dokken. All right?
That's what it reminds me of.
He had a fucking
what
blonde mullet. Spiky on the front, shaved on the sides. And as he passed me, I saw that it fucking went down in the back to the fucking center of his fucking back.
Yeah, I mean...
1986.
Every
1986.
cliche.
And it was fucking fresh cut, shaved on the sides.
Eustace, y'all.
Fresh. And I think it might even had some lines, I think. It's hard to say.
No.
Beard. I think it might have had the lines cut
You didn't
in.
tell me that, like the lines cut in?
Yeah, it was
At least there
blinding
wasn't a
me.
word cut in there.
The whole thing was fucking blinding
like
me.
yo or something.
Yeah, the whole thing was fucking blinding me. And when he was coming towards me, man, he was just a rectangle.
Yeah.
That was the silhouette, a fucking rectangle. Imagine you took a child and blew him up to 6'2". You ever seen a child with the fucking diapers, the big fucking child
And
pants,
big fucking shirts on?
Yeah, it was like you took a giant child and he's fucking square or rectangle. And fucking, I would watch him and then fucking see when he was passing me. I says, I gotta see how long that mullet is in the back.
I gotta check this out movie like.
And I fucking went like that. And it was down almost to the fucking small of his fucking, between his shoulder blades. But he went from being a triangle to a D.
From
shape,
the side.
Flat on the back and just a fucking belly in the front like a D.
Like a D, yeah.
With legs.
A D with legs.
Yeah, and the fucking...
So
the
a
thing
P.
that got
So a
me,
P,
though,
actually.
D.
A
From
P.
the front. And the thing that got me was the pants.
Yeah.
If they were a little bit longer, they'd just be pants. Why do shorts have to be that fucking long?
I don't get that, man.
And he didn't have any fucking socks on. And fucking, but like, they were like 3 inches too short to be pants. You know what I'm talking about?
But they were almost kind of like...
They were almost pants.
Why not just make them
fucking pants?
Like, why bother making them
fucking, and why do you look like a child? Why
That's wearing his daddy's clothes.
Why are you wearing giant child clothing? You look like a child. It's fucking ridiculous.
They do look like giant babies.
Like a giant baby. If
a baby with
give
a
him
mullet.
a fucking binky in his mouth, and shit would just... You're a child.
I picture when you were telling me about this last
child.
night, because he was like, "Oh my god, I have to tell you about this."
Yeah,
and he was telling me about it, and when you were telling me about it, I was picturing it like a movie scene, but like in slow motion.
Yeah.
And what I pictured was him walking by, and you walking by and being like, "What?"
Yeah, exactly. That was it. I was like, what the fuck?
Like I pictured like slow.
Yeah. And the thing is that it was all new clothes.
Yeah, so he bought that.
Yeah, it's all new clothes.
And I told him, I said, and I would bet you $25 that he looked in the mirror. Well, maybe he didn't look in the mirror, but it was like before he left the house, like, yeah, I look good.
Yeah.
You left the house looking like that.
And here's the thing.
That's intentional.
He wasn't quite old enough, I thought. I'd say he's about 45.
So he's not old enough to be into docking, is what you're saying?
I don't think. I think that was kind of like he did. That wasn't his generation quite. Well, that'd be like our little brothers.
Yeah, I mean 45. Yeah, because I have a brother who's Well, he's 40.
All right, fucking Grandpa's is in there. That would be the.
I have a brother that's 40.
That was about the age of fucking Steve's little brother, Googsley. We called him Googsley. Justin.
Oh.
He'd have been about 45.
The one that was Dwampa?
Yeah, Dwampa. Yeah. Yeah, that'd have been like Justin, the age of Justin, about 45 probably. But no, it was brand new clothes, and he got out of.
He bought that at the flea market, I bet. The T-shirt.
Duncan, and fucking the haircut, and there was no irony. He was serious. And that fucking truck. Yeah, because you know how, like, a younger dude would wear that shit with some irony, show up to the club.
And you'd be like, okay.
He's fucking 25, he's
and
wearing that
like,
shit.
Yeah,
Docking, man. Docking, yeah.
Funny.
They'd be like a fucking gag, you know what I mean? No, he was fucking serious. And he came out of a nice truck. He had money. Don't give these motherfucking rednecks money, all right? Don't do it. That's what'll happen.
I mean, yeah.
He's working construction, and he's probably pipe fitting and building fucking houses and shit around here. He's probably like my cousin. My cousin just got out of prison. He's making nearly $1 million a year installing bathrooms and fucking reconditioning houses up here in Florida. Just him and his girlfriend. He doesn't even need a credit line. It's all cash. They pay him up front, and he has enough.
Were they the ones that were here the other day?
Yeah, yeah. He was looking at the kitchens. Yeah, this is a nice kitchen. I could install this. He's only been out of prison for like about a year and a half.
What do you?
He made $750,000 this year.
Fuck, man.
In cash.
I'm in the wrong line of work.
I
don't want to.
With no formal education, just what he learned in prison work release.
So he's an American success story, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and he's a bank robber.
That's right. Bank robbery. That's what he went. Which, like I said, I'm not saying bank robbery's not a crime.
That's a crime.
I'm just saying that
he got into the shootout with the cops.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
with a fucking submachine gun.
I'm just saying, if you just go into a bank robbery and you don't have a weapon and you just have a note and shit, and they just give you the money, I don't even really consider that. That's just just like a little crime.
That's my cousin Charlie. He's
now, if you go in and kill innocent people, that's a whole different.
He didn't kill anybody.
Okay, well that's good.
He was just shooting to try to hold him off, but then he started running low on ammunition, surrendered. They negotiated with him, and he gave up.
Your whole family is criminals.
Yeah, criminals and government contractors. And there's a lot of fucking crossover.
I'm exaggerating.
Criminals and government contractors. That's why all this crazy shit that I talk about. Yeah, I know exactly what I'm talking about.
You guys don't know the half of it.
No, seriously. I haven't talked about the half of it on the show.
You guys don't know half of it.
Yeah.
All the shit, like, you think Tom's exaggerating about stuff, he's not.
No.
he's not.
No.
I know all of this stuff.
My mother was State Department. Did shit for 3-letter agencies, including DEA. Her dad was a defense contractor. He was an aerospace engineer. Worked for McDonnell Douglas, General Atomics, Grumman Aerospace, and NASA. And was on the Saturn project and Project Orion. And he was a nut, too. That was his grandson. His oldest son's son was the bank robber. I'm ex-101st Airborne Division and a security contractor. I worked for a company that was shady as a motherfucker. That was a company that worked for the State Department. I worked as a training cadre. I trained cops, foreign and foreign soldiers in forensics. It was post-blast investigation. But I was support. I wasn't EOD qualified. I was doing other stuff inside the range. And that place was that place was some weird shit. If you ever see, some people who are friends of the show know a lot more than you do as the show. Soph knows. And I told her about it. She goes, "Oh, there's the whole movie's about that." I was like, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, it's called Sicario."
Yeah.
Yeah. I worked in a place that was like pictured in the Sicario series. It's a place where criminals, intelligence agencies, and ex-soldiers from all around the world were working together.
Yeah, I think she was the one that first clued us in. Well, I had heard of Sicario. I just hadn't seen
and I was
it.
like, "Oh, okay."
But she was the one that told him to watch it because she's like, "Oh, that sounds like your."
Yeah, because I explained what it was, what the compounds looked like, and where they were, and fucking how you really couldn't ask any questions because you weren't really, everything was compartmentalized, and if you asked questions, you could get fired. You had to work in the dark.
Yeah.
So you did what they told you to do, even though the shit was sketchy as fuck.
Yeah, it's very sketchy.
Okay.
Very sketchy.
Because it wasn't just training dudes, it was other stuff.
Yeah. But like I said.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's the kind of thing where, oh, if I can't tell you or I'm going to kill you or anything like that. But it's just
that I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just kind of shady. You run over some shady shit. Not because anything you did. It was just kind of like shit you got.
The situation.
Yeah. Jobs you had.
Jobs.
They were just kind of like shady.
Jobs you really.
That you were like, oh, okay, we're doing this.
Yeah, they tell you it's one thing, but when you look at it, you go, nah, this is not what this job is.
Well, yeah.
You know.
It's that kind of shit.
And these dudes that I'm training, these are not the dudes they say they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you go like, these probably are not good dudes. You know. And you're working with dudes that are criminals.
Yeah.
They're military guys that were released from prison to work.
Yeah.
For intelligence agencies. And not all American criminals either. So that's why all that Sicario shit coming in. Because under the stress of war, they'll release soldiers from prison.
Yeah.
It's been that goes all throughout American history. Every country does it. The dude Rogers, Captain Rogers, who started the U.S. Army Rangers, he was released from prison to make the Army Rangers to fight the fucking French and Indian Wars. Because soldiers get in trouble.
They do.
And, you know, fucking mercenaries have criminal backgrounds a lot of times. Now, some companies don't allow them. But other companies do because those companies come from other countries. So just because you have criminal record, that doesn't mean you can't be a mercenary. Just means you just can't work for Blackwater. Because that's an American company. But they have a company from Sudan. You can go work for them.
They don't care.
Yeah, the U.S. government will hire them through shell companies and shit to do stuff. This shit is fucking shady as shit.
Yeah, it's
sketchy.
It's all shady.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh, CB says Duncan is one of my favorite bands. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
I have all their albums.
Yeah, the only thing fucking cheesier than Duncan is Striper. And I like metal.
Yeah, we were trying to think of like what would be like a crazier shirt that he had on. And we agreed that Striper
I'd have to start laughing.
would be crazier.
Yeah, I'd have to start laughing.
I said maybe Anvil. But at least that would be kind of like ironic.
You know Anvil sucks. That's why you're wearing the Anvil shirt.
So it's like, that might have been ironic at least. So it might have been like kind of self-aware.
Duncan is up there with almost kind of like that White Lion level. Where, yeah, the quality was okay. It's just that shit was cheesy.
I didn't really get all of that
only thing
metal from that era.
Yeah, it was cheesy. Another one, the only thing that was more cheesy, was so cheesy that it was actually kind of cool, was a chick metal band. It was a metal band that chicks loved, was Poison.
I don't know.
Poison was cheesy because it was
still really lame.
It was lame, but it was a metal band designed to appeal to young teenage girls, which it did. It was successful.
I was in a new wave, y'all.
White Lion too. White Lion was like that.
I didn't like any of that.
Yeah.
Metal nonsense.
Yeah, it is metal nonsense. That was one of the reasons why I got out of metal and started listening more to goth. I found Sisters of Mercy and Bauhaus and shit like that. And it was because metal was starting to become such a girl-oriented product.
Well, it's not so much. It was kind of like all that stuff. Like, early metal is cool. Like, I like a lot of that, but it's just kind of like...
She likes old Iron Maiden.
I like old Iron Maiden and stuff,
yeah.
But it's just kind of like... You know, when the 80s came along, it all became, like, so over the top. And
yeah. L.A. metal.
It's like glam, which actually I like glam from the 70s, like New York Dolls and stuff, but it's just kind of like all that metal that came... It's like, I don't know. I wasn't really into it, and it seemed really try-hard. And by that point, like I said, when I was in junior high, and this is mid to late 80s...
yeah.
The big factions were the people that were into metal, which by that point was Poison and Dokken and all that kind of stuff, and the people that were into like post-punk and new wave and stuff like that, like me and all our friends. So we were kind of like fighting with each other, but I never really understood, because that music, and especially as it went on, like you said, Poison, Bon Jovi, like all that kind of stuff was like, you know, was calculated to appeal to teenage girls.
Yeah, it was real corporate.
Even though I was a teenage girl at the time, I was like, I don't like this.
As soon as Bon Jovi came out, I saw that and I went, oh, okay. I see what they did here.
I see what you're doing.
And the thing is, I'm like, that's going to work.
It did work.
Yeah. And I said...
Not on me, but it worked on a lot of people.
Yeah, but I know. I saw... must have been around 86, I think. Wasn't that 86 when Bon Jovi's first album came out? 85, 86?
It was around then, yeah, I think so.
I came out and I was just like... I saw that shit. I bought that album in Brazil. Because I didn't know what it was.
Right.
Because they didn't have airplay there in Brazil. It was in the metal section. And albums were pretty cheap in Brazil. It wasn't the same album we got here. The jacket was thinner and cheaper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they were a lot more, less
expensive.
expensive.
Here they were like $20 and you
here
had
they're like $20.
You had to like be real discerning, especially with broke ass like me. I had to be real discerning about
the Brazilian release records were like more like $4. Nice. So you could buy that, you know what I mean?
You could get all you wanted.
Yeah, but it was substandard paper, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And there wasn't anything inside of it. There usually wasn't lyrics or anything. So I bought that shit along with a bunch of other albums and listened to it, and I was like, this is horrible. I said, this is pop music. And I'm looking.
It is just pop music.
And I'm looking at John Bon Jovi, and I go, that motherfucker's good looking. Look at his hair. And I said, they're trying to sell this chick to girls.
Yeah.
And I bought another album during that time. It was kind of weird. It's called Icon. It was pretty good, though. But that was going in a weird way. And that led to Queensryche, which was good.
Okay, now there was a goth band called Icon, but with a K.
Okay, no.
I-K-O-N. Okay.
That first Icon album was pretty good. It was like prog metal. And it was techno. It was futuristic, like technological kind of stuff. That's how I remembered. I haven't heard it forever. And then Queensryche came out. I had an album called Queen of the Reich.
Queensryche were actually
and then The Warning. Good. And that was like, oh yeah, this is very good. Very high tech.
That's quite good.
Kind of like an advanced version of Iron Maiden. But I was just looking at the state of heavy metal at that time, like 85, 86, and I'm going like, this is going to go chick. This is going to be chick music. And, fucking Motley Crue had already come out.
in 20 years, your mom's going to go see
Yeah, and I was like,
these
this
bands.
is mainstream music. And I started to kind of become disenchanted with the new metal that was coming out. So I was listening to more of the older stuff, you know. But I was keeping my eye on the new shit. And then I fucking discovered, like, you know, fucking early goth. You know, goth.
Which is clearly much better.
Yeah, Bauhaus. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is really underground, and this is not... There's not even any guitar solos. They're not even trying to jack you off with any of that stupid shit.
Nah.
They're going just... And then it's just as immersive, like, oh, this is just pure song here. And listen to that voice. So, oh, yeah, this is fucking really dark. This is really good. This is a lot deep. This isn't commercial. I like this, you know. So that started pushing me down towards more what we would know today as dark wave. And then I noticed that some of that Duran was dark wave.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, yeah. Well, around that time, later on, you know, 86, 87, I was getting laid. And girls started to come into the fucking thing. And all of a sudden, fucking dark wave and goth made a lot more sense than fucking metal. Because metal is fucking kind of boy-oriented in a way. There's not much fucking...
It is for
yeah, there's not much fucking sex or relationships or fucking going to the clubs or, you know... Duran was about
nerdy.
hookers and blow and fucking getting laid. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is... I understand this. You know,
I'm
this
going
is...
to Antigua on my yacht.
Yeah, go to Antigua on the yacht with these
And we're gonna
fucking
do
two
some
chicks that
coke
fucking are
and-
hanging out with me and fucking
Yeah.
we're having threesomes and shit. Fucking, and she's been selling ass fucking, you know, in the off time when she was fucking going to college. You know, just weird concepts that the young high school guy fucking coming into his junior year, you know, kind of like, yeah, okay, this is how it really is. It's not all Conan and swords and fucking, you know, Iron Maiden bullshit, you know what
Like
I mean?
I said, it's metal's a little nerdy. And
metal
I'm
kind of nerdy, yeah.
not disparaging nerds because I'm also one. I'm not a metal nerd, but
Yeah.
I'm definitely a horror nerd and a nerd in other ways. But it's just kind of like...
Yeah, you go back to Iron Maiden, you go, fuck, this is a fucking English literature and history lesson, man.
Yeah.
This is not fucking the way life is. This is, you
well,
know.
but, I mean, by the same token, though, the shit that I liked about Bauhaus in particular, just for an example, was that a lot of their lyrics were taken from old British folklore, but not in, like, a nerdy way. It wasn't something that were, like, kind of everybody could say... oh, it's Tolkien, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were talking about just like old legends and Bauhaus, a lot of their lyrics were kind of abstract, and you know, some of the shit was about like, you know, hookers and shit like that, but it wasn't overt. Like it was just kind of
You had to read
impressionistic.
You had to read it.
It was
between the lines.
impressionistic.
Yeah.
And I liked that better because you could kind of like interpret it however you wanted to.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't about something like
Grandpa's
super
asking
obvious.
what's more purely goth, fucking Marilyn Manson or The Cure? The Cure.
Marilyn Manson is not goth.
Not goth. It's more
at all.
It's kind of more like that was it was more
I'm
of a
still salty about that still,
mainstream
as you
and
can tell.
rock industrial, really. It did some of the tracks were played in goth clubs. He had really good covers.
I do like his covers.
He had really good covers. Sweet Dreams, that kind of shit. But it wasn't really a goth band.
No.
Not in the time that it came out.
No.
It gets kind of...
And a lot of goths at that time, like real goths...
Hated it.
If somebody asked them about Marilyn Manson, they'd get really fucking pissed at you.
He was an outsider trying to break his way in.
Really pissed at you.
And so was Trent Reznor and Nine Inch Nails. That was not a goth band. It was more of an early industrial rock. Not even an early industrial. That was an industrial rock band. Early industrial rock goes back even probably Devo. Because that was kind of industrial, a lot of it shit. Early Devo.
Well, shit, man, you could go back looking for
Kraftwerk. Yeah.
Throbbing Gristle.
Yeah. But no. Cure. That's goth. But
Particularly a lot of their earlier albums.
goth,
particularly like Pornography.
Pornography.
I would argue
Faith.
that Faith and
Yeah.
Pornography are...
And Japanese Whispers.
Yeah, which is kind of like a compilation of singles.
Singles it had, yeah.
Those are kind of like very goth rock albums.
Yeah.
Some of their later shit was kind of all over, but that's kind of the cool thing about The Cure is they were kind of all over the place, but they had their
Great
own.
album.
Yeah, we just like downloaded because I hadn't listened to The Top,
Yeah.
which came out in '85, I think, for a long time, like straight through.
Yeah.
Like I'd listen to songs from it every now and then, but I hadn't listened to the whole album since I was a kid, probably.
Ciarra was a...
And we put it on Spotify the other day, and we were listening to it while we were driving around. I'm like, man, this is a good fucking album.
Yeah.
I forgot how good this album was.
Ciarra was a British new wave band.
They started out as like kind of a punk band, a little bit.
They were kind of like along the lines of early Duran Duran when they first started to kind of appear, but different. And they had an album called Pornography.
82 that came out.
82. And that's fucking goth as shit. That one album. It is extremely dark.
It's like an epic wall of depression.
Yeah, and horror and sadness. It's just
so good.
Yeah, it's extremely good.
It's so good.
But they said they would never make another album like that.
It's heavy.
It's very heavy.
I'm into it though.
Yeah.
I really, really like that album.
But what they did was they took songs like that, and every album they had at least a couple that were like
of
that.
songs that were like that, yeah.
But
that one was just 8 songs, but the songs were like long.
Yeah, and they were almost psychedelic and real dark. And it inspired a lot of goth shit that was to come after that. Most of it was not something that would make good airplay.
No.
So you asked me, Grant, there's a couple weeks back, you said, what's the goth album I should listen to? It'd be Sisters of Mercy, First and Last and Always, or The Cure, Pornography.
From 82.
Right.
Like
Another one would have been Joy Division, Closer. But that's proto-goth.
That's proto-goth. I don't know if I'd call that goth rock. It's considered post-punk.
Yeah, post-punk.
But honestly, that's probably my favorite album of all time.
Yeah, Closer is hard to deal with. And especially if you're driving and it's fucking snow outside. And that whole album makes so much sense.
I told you,
it's extremely bleak.
A long time ago, I read a thing that said, you need to listen to this album with no other sensory input.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be, like, in a dark room and there's no other sound or anything like that. So I did that, and holy crap, it's like, it's so... Because the sound of it, Martin Hannett, who was the guy that did the sound engineering on it, he got this sound on this album that's, like, empty. It's like this big empty space.
Yeah.
And it's like, so it sounds like it's in another dimension almost.
Yeah. And what's weird
That's what it sounds like.
What's weird about Closer, it's by Joy Division, in case you fucking remember. Joy Division's Closer album. It's a white album, and it's got a fucking photograph of a funeral statue of mourners.
Yeah,
it's a
they're very
mourners
minimalist.
next
their
to
design
a
is very
statue of a
minimalist.
dead body, and I think it's from somewhere in Italy, isn't it? A tomb in Italy.
Actually, I don't. It might be. I can't remember where that picture was from. It's a pretty famous statue.
We have a big cemetery here in Savannah, Georgia, that is filled with statues like that.
It might have been from that. Actually.
It might be from there, but that album is the lyrics are extremely fucking haunting and ominous, and it's filled with all this fucking like universal wisdom about life and shit in it, and you under the impression that this motherfucker has lived a long and fucking torrid life and shit. He's like 20.
Yeah.
That wrote that. You're like, who the fuck? How's this young kid come up with that shit, man?
And he fucking hanged himself.
And he hanged himself
like
later.
a year after this or something.
Yeah. Where the young men, the face on their shoulder.
I mean,
where the young men, where can they be? Where have they been? It's just really
I
fucking
love that album
so
much. I never get tired of it.
Yeah,
ever.
yeah.
I could listen to that over and over.
Yeah, and it's just kind of this, and that vibe ended up going kind of into early goth music. That it was that spirit of things. So
and they got that from. They were real into Bowie. They were real into the Velvet Underground.
Velvet Underground, probably, yeah.
And I also love the Velvet Underground.
You could almost say that Velvet Underground was a proto goth band.
Oh, I would absolutely
say Nico
that.
Stuff.
Yeah, I would absolutely say that.
Yeah.
Well, and Nico's album, The Marble Index, is considered a proto goth album.
Yeah.
A lot of their shit, like some of their shit, is kind of sounds 60s-ish, like it did when it came out. But a lot of the stuff, like Heroin or Venus and Furs, like, sounds like... I mean, there's a reason a lot of goth bands covered those songs later.
Yeah, they're talking about...
All right, CB's gonna go.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just... Like I was telling Zach before, like, if you want to get into gothic music, I would suggest listen to Sisters of Mercy, First and Last and Always, 85, or Cure, Pornography, 82. If you don't like those, you probably won't like any of it.
Yeah.
They don't all sound like that, but it's kind of like...
It's that vibe.
But it's that vibe. If you don't like that vibe, then you're probably not going to get into it.
You won't understand things like Christian Death. Or you might understand something like 45 Grave, which is a little more
Well, they're a lot more fun and like funny.
Upbeat. But
they did a song called Riboflavin, which was all about a vampire, or somebody that invented like a vampire, a blood substitute for vampires. You know?
Yeah.
So it was like a funny... There's funny goths, too.
There was a couple of bands that were kind of proto-goth from the era when goth was starting, late 80s, that are goth-friendly, but not would be the first few Gene Loves Jezebel albums.
Yeah. I actually really like Gene Loves Jezebel.
I like their sound, and they're kind of goth-adjacent. They're goth-approved. Especially that first album, I think it was called The Immigrant. Really good.
They had one called Desire that I had too.
Yeah.
I had two.
Desire was really... That was the one that came out after it. That was another good album.
Yeah. I think that was also 84, 85, something like that.
Yeah. Really
I had it on vinyl.
They were a Welsh band, I think.
Yeah, they're Welsh.
Yeah.
Twin brothers.
Yeah, I met one of the twins. We
saw
went to the show.
His version because of legalities. Both of the brothers are touring as Gene Loves Jezebel.
But they have different bands.
But
they broke up. They both had fucking
they're
rights
twin
to
brothers.
the name.
They broke up.
Yeah, and they don't like each other.
They don't like each other. I guess don't form a band with your brother. See,
they were originally it was two twins.
See Oasis.
Yeah.
See other bands that had brothers.
And they were really good when they were together.
Yeah.
But fucking, he was up there on stage performing in front of a fucking little bitty crowd of maybe 20 people.
Yeah, it was at Will's Pub.
Yeah, and I met him before the show. He was scared of me. He thought I was going to come beat him up.
Yeah.
They were very femmy looking, long hair and shit, And I just went up to him and said, "Hey, I'd just like to thank you." And he's looking like he's scared of me. I grew up listening to your music, the first few albums of fucking The Immigrant. And he goes, "You had my albums?" I said, "Yeah, that shit was so good." Fucking, and I said, "Did you get any albums after that?" He says, "No. What happened is I went into the army and fucking started a whole new life and everything, and stopped buying albums. But I heard you were coming in. I want to come see you." He says, "How's your brother?" He goes, "Oh, he's doing good, And then later on in the show, he plays Rhino the Plasty.
Yeah, I remember that song.
And I said, "You played Rhino the Plasty." After that. He could hear me, and he goes, "Yeah, I played Rhino the Plasty." Yeah, I fucking love it. And then later he goes, "I'm glad you guys came to see me. We all grew up together." And everybody goes, "Yeah."
Because everybody that was
everybody
there
grew up to see him.
knew all their old shit.
Knew all that we were.
So when he played like the old shit, like the cow and stuff like that, like everyone was just kind of like,
yeah. So they were all people in their fucking 40s and 50s and fucking 30s, old goths and young goths in their 20s, and fucking. He's like, "We all grew up together." And they went, yeah. So I kind of planted some seeds. I guess he didn't. No, I'm sure he thought of that before. But he mentioned what I had told him, that we kind of grew up together.
Yeah.
That's what I told him, I grew up listening to music. So kind of
that was one of the first albums I bought, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of money, but it's just kind of like, I would buy albums or I would ask for them, like for my birthday or Christmas or whatever. And that was one of the first ones that I had.
I'm glad that I fucking had a moment with him and fucking say, I feel like I kind of grew up with you.
Yeah.
Fucking, and he was like touched by that. And he thought I was going to beat his ass. Yeah. I think. Because I'm bald and I'm like a jack, and I don't really look I don't look like a typical. I always feel like
it's kind of cool to tell people that, because sometimes they don't realize. I don't think they realize like how much impact,
what the reach they have. Yeah.
They had, like how much that shit meant to us when we were growing up. So it's just kind of like, so I always thought it was like nice to tell them, because they would probably appreciate it. I would think, Gramther says, whenever I hear Close to Me, It takes me back to making out with my hottie Trenton girlfriend.
Yeah.
While parked in Windsor, Canada with the Detroit skyline on the horizon.
Yeah.
Every time I hear Close to Me, it reminds me of the time that, well, one, it reminds me of the video because I used to see the video all the time back in the 80s. It also reminds me of the time that I read in Smash Hits that when they were filming that video, the water that they filled the wardrobe up with was polluted and that everyone got sick afterwards.
Yeah.
So that's what I think of every time I hear that song.
It's funny because, people who are not in the scene have weird expectations of what goths are actually like. We're like everybody else. We have the same emotional ranges, good days, bad days, different moods. And that was one of the reasons I think why The Cure didn't want to do albums like Pornography over and over again, because that was just one particular mood
that they had.
They had.
Because some of their shit's kind of whimsical.
Yeah, a lot of the other stuff was like upbeat or funny or fucking.
I'm gonna say though, every time they play Friday I'm in Love in the club, I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, some of it's just
stop being happy, Robert
super
Smith.
Overplayed.
Lame.
Yeah, the happy shit was super overplayed. And it made it seem like that's what
it's
all
much better when you're sad.
It made it seem like that's all the Cure was. It was just some kind of silly happy. No, they had the entire emotional range.
Yeah.
Each album was an entire emotional range. Some of the shit was like a dirge, like a big fuck you song or anger. They just had a mixture of everything. So, but the most goth was Pornography.
Yeah,
that's
an Uber.
Right. But fucking,
I love it. It's probably still my favorite Cure album.
Yeah, but fucking goths would, me and my first wife and all her friends would listen to The Top and Caterpillar Girl and shit like that because we all had those different. We could relate to it. Getting high, partying with your friends, and you're in love with this chick, and fucking Caterpillar Girl, or we just because we had the same emotional range.
Listening to The Top the other day when we were driving around, I was like, man, I forgot how weird this album was.
That album's really good. It's one of their best albums.
It's great, but it's weird. Yeah. It's like it's all over the place.
And then Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me is an album
that's
too.
also great.
It's really a long album with big songs that are real psychedelic.
And it's broad. Like there's a lot of different styles on it.
Yeah.
But it works as one kind of cohesive thing.
Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me is almost kind of like their prog rock Pink Floyd version of goth. That's kind of what that is.
It kind of blows my mind that they've been around for this long. Because they started out as like a little 3-piece, like little proto-punk band, really. Proto-punk, or they were kind of a punk band, I guess, when they started, sort of. Little post-punk band. And because their early stuff like fucking Boys Don't Cry and Killing an Arab and stuff like that was not really much of anything like their later shit sounded like. Because later they got kind of a lot more epic and stuff, but they really encompass like a lot of different styles, but somehow you always know it's them, like it's always identifiable. I don't love all their shit, and honestly, I didn't buy anything of theirs after Disintegration, which came out in like 1990 or something. I don't think I bought anything of theirs after that. But I've liked some of their stuff after that. Because most of the shit that I like of theirs is 70s and 80s. But they did have good shit like later on that I heard from here and there, Zach says, I just found a deluxe edition of Pornography on Apple Music. Deluxe edition, almost 22 tracks, and it's almost 2 hours. Jesus Christ. Okay, so the original Pornography, which came out in 82, which I had on... I don't think I had it on vinyl, but I had it on cassette for sure. Was just 8 songs. But the songs were long, so it was like 8 long songs. And so it must be... Because when I got The Top, I added a bunch of Cure albums the other day on my Spotify, just so we could listen to whole albums sometimes. And one of the ones I added was The Top, and we knew all the songs from it, and I was like, oh, they added a bunch of like extra shit, like demos and stuff. Which, that's kind of nice that they do that. But we didn't like listen to all that. So they must have added a bunch of demos.
He said Wild Mood Swings. Yeah, that was, Wild Mood Swings came out towards the end of their career in a way. They're still doing shit.
Yeah, they're still around.
Yeah. All their albums tend to, when they come out, you don't like them. 5 years later, 10 years later, they kind of age a lot better. Like I used to I couldn't stand Wish. I like Wish now.
I still kind of don't like it.
But
I like it. I like it better than I used to.
Yeah. Wish sounded weird when it first came out. They're always it has to age on you. But Violent Mood Swings and a lot of their later stuff, they're starting to come on. Let's be honest. They're starting to kind of get repetitive. It all is kind of just the Cure.
But hey, I mean, any band that's been around.
It's been around for a long time.
As High Desert pointed out, they started in 1976.
Yeah.
And they're still going.
Yeah. And their quality didn't suffer. It's just that they just have
all their shit's worth listening to.
There was a dude that I knew in New Orleans, him and his wife. He was a fucking professional chef. He was really good. He moved to New Orleans. I knew them in Boston. When I moved to Mississippi, I fucking saw him at the club, fucking down the French Quarter. I said, what the fuck you doing here? He brought his wife down and everything. And he was just opening up a new restaurant. And he was a Cure fanatic. After the club, I went to the house with him, spent the night over at their place. No, threesome didn't happen. We were just friends, you know.
I was thinking.
Yeah, I didn't want to fucking drive back fucking in the middle of the night, fucking drunk. It was a long drive. But he had a huge Cure collection. And she would give him Cure albums as gifts every time for his birthday or his fucking Christmas or whatever. And it was always some kind of obscure Cure album. Because they have like more bootlegs than any other band.
Yeah, I mean, they've been around for so
fucking live bootlegs and weird fucking shit that was released that were like studio clips that were, not officially released and people stuck out. And they were records. He had a fucking record selection of the Cure they were records, at least 25 feet long. If you stacked them up.
I could see that.
Yeah. And he knew every one of those albums and all the fucking weird songs and weird different takes and different cuts of a song, different edits of songs. I didn't know that they had that much stuff, but back in the record days, Cure was the most pirated.
Yeah, I could see that.
I mean, he had records or albums that were recorded on handheld devices back in the fucking 80s of live concerts. You know what I mean? Like a live concert in Chile.
Yeah.
Fucking 1983. You know what I mean? Taking on a handheld, recorded on a handheld fucking recorder. Tape recorder. Yeah. That was what level he was at. He had everything from him. He knew everything about him.
Get your hands on some bootlegs back then. I still remember one of the best I might still have it. I'm not really sure. I got like a bunch of records here, but I don't know if it's there. I found this Peter Murphy bootleg. Mm-hmm. I don't remember where I found it at. Like at a thrift store or something like that. I'd never seen it before. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it was like a live show from about, I think it was right around when Love Hysteria came out. So it was about 87, 88, somewhere like that. And it was like a live show. The sound quality was actually quite good. And I think the best thing about it was that he covered Purple Rain on it. And honestly, I still am into, this is still hilarious because I told Tom this the other day. I said Peter Murphy starts playing from Bauhaus, in case you didn't know. And he starts playing the song and you can hear the person recording the show say, "Is this Purple Rain?"
Yeah.
It was.
Half naked you is in. What's up, baby? That's how Dennis got caught. I don't know how Dennis got caught.
He got caught with the floppy disk.
With the floppy disk. Caught. Yeah. Okay.
Because remember, he said that, hey, I'm gonna ask. He asked the cops, like, can you track me from a floppy disk? Be honest. And they were like, no, absolutely not.
No, we can never do it.
Yeah, of course they can. Dumbass.
Yeah.
All right, let me get another drink and another pee.
Yeah, okay. Grandpa says, Cure played Detroit last year and the tickets sold out instantly.
Well, yeah.
People love good nostalgia. But, they have a very active fan base. All right? It's a cult fan base. That's one thing. Another thing is that they usually do pretty big venues and the fucking ticket prices are cheap. They're not the kind of band where they're usually charging you $80 or to $100 a ticket. They'll go $25 a ticket, $30 a ticket. So they'll fucking sell out quickly. And it's just, I saw an interview with Smith before, and he's just like, I'm not gonna pay. I don't really want to charge more than $20 a ticket, and I'm making everybody else look bad. They're getting complaining. All the other managers from the bands are complaining that I'm not charging enough. Like, you guys are fucking, fucking. He said they're not stingy, but he says you guys are greedy. But he does pretty big venues, and it's my understanding, because I've never seen him live. I've never seen Cure live. My understanding that the ticket prices are like always real reasonable. So yeah, it would sell out quickly, and they got a big fan base. But I've never was really compelled to see the Cure live because word on the street, word on the goth street, going all the way back to the '90s, is that the Cure was really boring to see live. They did that. They sounded great. You were happy to see them, but they just stood there. There wasn't like a big show. And fucking Robert Smith, his nickname is Fat Bob. And he's been Fat Bob since the 90s. Okay? He looks like a fat old woman. He's not much to look at. He looks like a fat old woman dressed up like the Joker. Okay? Fucking white face makeup and fucked up lipstick and shit. Fucking hair fucked up. He's just a fucked up looking dude.
I kind of love that, though. People still come and say
yeah.
I only saw them live one time in 1990.
Yeah. Was he fat?
No. Well,
fat
honestly, he started getting called Fat Bob in the 80s.
80s, yeah.
By the British press.
Fat Bob.
When he wasn't actually fat.
He just gained a little bit of weight.
He had like a little bit of a round face, but I have that too, so I'm not going to cast aspersions.
Yeah.
I mean, now, yeah, he actually is. He
looks like a fat old lady.
Pretty hefty, but but that's cool.
And fucking another thing is that I never really liked looking at fucking Robert Smith, because he was what we used to call back in the Army a slimer. His slimer is a dude who doesn't seem to be able to like swallow. Like, he's always gonna fucking has too much spit in his mouth that's gonna fall or somebody's mouth. All right.
Really?
Look, yeah, when he's talking, it's almost like he's drooling or something.
I never noticed.
And like it's like a dude that has too much fucking spit in his mouth all the time, like that. He always kind of comes off as looking like that, and just never. I like his work, but he's also a prick. He's also a prick.
A lot of them are.
He's a fucking prick.
Andrew Eldridge from Sisters of Mercy is also a prick. Peter Murphy is a prick.
He's a fucking prick.
You know what I mean?
And he basically would kind of like publicly insult other bands that I thought were great, and would just say things in the press about them that's like fucking. That's
so bitchy. Like why
dude,
would you do that?
Asshole.
It's so petty.
Yeah, he like.
And it just comes across as like you just being a
like
hater.
A hater. Yeah.
Because it's like it's better just say nothing.
Okay, the two ones that really burned me up is that he said Duran was just an obscene display of corporate consumerism, shit like that. Just trying to sell brands. Man, Duran Duran was fucking awesome. Sit down and shut the fuck up. Yeah, they were mainstream, but that's what their fucking gig was. They were a real club band.
Them for that.
They were a real club band.
They started
from nothing. Okay, and just by the power of fucking being good. And they were a good band, and they had a good vision, and they were able to collect.
They could actually play.
They could play, and fucking they amassed a lot of power, and they made a pop music in their era that was classy and stylish and underground as fuck. If you could read in between the lines of what they were saying some fucking wild shit. It would go over the heads of a lot of civilians, but you're like, no, they're talking about prostitution. No, they're talking about fucking. They're talking about fucking doing drugs. They're talking, it was just all these little underground fucking things. But then other shit was, normal, but they were a real new romantic band that went mainstream. And goths liked them because they kind of had some integrity to them. They did mainstream correctly with a lot of style. Their thing was to be stylish.
Yeah.
Cutting edge fashion.
I don't think
that was their style.
I don't think any goths would give you any shit for being into Duran Duran.
No, Well, they were about cutting edge
Even
fashion
back
of
in
the
the
time.
day.
Whatever was fashionable at the time, they were gonna fucking take that to the next level. And that was their thing. And they would get jock girls to listen to that shit. That was power. Okay. That was an underground band fucking molding the minds of fucking jock girls and cheerleaders, you know. Putting that evil seed into them. Another one that he insulted, that I was like, you're a fucking bitch. He insulted Billy Idol, saying that he's destroyed everything punk rock was about. It's like, bitch.
Now
Billy
that's
Idol,
a little dramatic.
Yeah, bitch.
Punk rock is still around.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
albeit not in its.
And another thing
form.
is that Billy Idol as a band was not a punk rock band. That was a fucking American new wave rock band. Made for pop.
They had a punk aesthetic, but that was like...
It had a punk background.
Yeah. But
And
that was pretty much
his punk aesthetic background was street cred. He knew the Sex Pistols and fucking Susie.
Yeah, he
and
wasn't
shit.
a poser.
He wasn't a poser. He was from those same clubs. He
was a bit younger than them.
He was a few years.
He
said
hung out there.
he would be going to see Susie at the fucking little pubs that she'd be playing at, getting hand jobs from older punk rock girls when he was 15.
Yeah. I could see that. He was probably pretty cute when he was...
He was cute at 15. He said they wouldn't blow you. In the interviews, he said they wouldn't blow you, but they'd give you a hand job.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
Blowjob is a little more intimate. That's a little more...
It's inferred that he paid them.
Really?
Or traded.
Okay.
Because they're punk rockers. Probably trade drugs or something.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Probably, yeah.
Give me some drugs.
Yeah.
And then I'll do it.
Yeah.
But he said that. You got to have it back and forth.
Yeah, and he was friends with Joe and Jet.
Yeah.
And you know, so he knew all this. He was in the same scene. So he could wear punk rock aesthetic. And in a
yeah, he wasn't just like wearing it as a costume.
Yeah, he could wear that in a pop video, and he wasn't posing. That's where he came from.
Yeah,
and he could wear biker stuff. He rode the motorcycle in White Wedding when he shows up. He rode even though it wasn't a Harley, it was a Kawasaki. Later on, he's riding Harley Davidsons in some of the videos, like fucking. What was the one off of fucking the Charmed Life album? He's riding a fucking a Springer front end fucking Harley Evo. And you know, he's wrecking motorcycles and shit. He has a real motorcycle heritage. He's a biker. And he was doing that in America, in LA.
We got in a real bad wreck.
Yeah, he was kind of dumb. He ran over his own leg, but he was high.
Yeah.
He'd been in a studio for fucking 2 days straight.
Which I guess that's kind of cool in your own way. It's like, it's kind of a dumb accident, but he's like, well, I was high as balls. So.
Yeah, he admitted to it. He goes, I've been in a studio for a couple of days fucking partying and fucking porn stars that were fucking with it, hanging out with us and
you know,
doing blow.
happens.
And I hadn't slept in a couple of days and was going back home and ran over my own leg on an off-ramp. On an off-ramp.
Oh, dear.
He was coming to a stop, put his foot down, and ran over his own leg. It wasn't a high-speed...
I could see myself doing that completely sober. And that's that.
It wasn't a high-speed accident.
Yeah.
It was a low-speed accident. Which those actually happen quite a bit. Parking lot accident.
I could see.
He ran over his own leg, fucked his ankle up.
Yeah, High Desert said, I think Susie was the first to call him Fat Bob. Yeah, I think it was too, because I think I remember...
They dated.
I think I remember reading something in Smash Hits about her, like, teasing him about that. Like, back in the 80s.
Yeah, and when we're talking about these people as Americans and shit, we're talking about... In a way, we're talking about, like, as goths, we're talking about the gods on Mount Olympus.
I mean,
these are British people, like, when we were little kids, the shit they were doing. Because there's a big British influence in American goth culture and American new wave kind of culture.
Yeah, most of the bands we liked were British. Not all of them. There was an American contingent also, but and I like a lot of American punk too.
Yeah, because punk was not British.
No,
punk. The British made it famous. The Sex Pistols did, but man, fucking Iggy Pop was doing punk long time before that.
In Detroit.
1970, he was...
And honestly, like, even later, I even liked a lot of the American, like, quote-unquote hardcore, or, like, the punk that came after, the first wave. So you got like Minor Threat, you got like Husker Du, you got like all the stuff that was going on out in California, like the Dead Kennedys and stuff. Like I really like all of that too.
And my credibility's solid because fucking I got Grampers right there, and fucking we both went to high school. I went to high school half the time in Trenton, Michigan, and the other half in São Paulo, Brazil, because I had family that was moving. And then later on, when I got out of high school, I moved to Detroit for a while. Detroit has a fucking huge heritage in punk rock and goth, the American side.
Well, not only Iggy Pop, but also the MC5.
The MC5,
from there.
yeah. And then, like, when goth started to get big in the United States, you know, the movie The Crow came out, and that was set in Detroit for a reason, is because St. Andrews Hall, a fucking city club, fucking, the fucking theater. What was the name? What was the name of that? What was the name of that goddamn theater we used to go to all the time? Fucking Grampers. That theater is the theater that the Sisters of Mercy are standing outside of, versus adults famous fucking. In the First and Last and Always albums, you see the Sisters of Mercy in the inner sleeves standing in front of a fucking adult theater. That adult theater is right outside fucking the place where we used to hang out in Detroit all the time. It was called what was the name of something theater? Fucking he would remember. Oh man! But there was a Majestic Theater, yeah, which was a Majestic Theater. It's still open, and that place was fucking goth as fuck, and punk rock back in the '80s. Probably still is. It's like an apocalypse. Although I heard it's kind of cleaned up compared to what it was. When I lived there, man, I lived on 2nd and West Hancock, down right off of Cass Corridor, which is like the fucking apocalypse. Jenny didn't fucking believe it. We were at the club one time here, and fucking a dude, we started talking to an old dude next to me, and he was fucking my neighbor. Remember?
Yeah, he was
the old guy.
We
were talking about.
He couldn't believe it.
You know that? He goes, yeah. I live on 2nd West Hancock.
I'm from Detroit too.
Yeah,
they went all off.
We all went off. We all the same clubs.
We'd never seen him before.
Never. Yeah, he was just visiting, but he was a big old punk rock guy, same age as me, maybe a little bit older.
But they just bonded. It was like, you're from Detroit. I was from.
From Detroit, from back in those days.
From back in the day, like they knew all the same places and everything. Yeah.
So for my British people that might be listening, I think Grampers is, I think fucking horror fans gone, but no, that was like the American equivalent of fucking.
That was like ground zero for.
Yeah, of fucking Birmingham.
I would argue that probably Detroit is where punk rock,
American punk rock came, and it spread into New York too,
and then New York, and then to England.
Yeah, Ramones
But then there was, like I said, there was a lot of
interplay
influence both ways. So I don't really know if you could target it either way. I think it's silly to kind of
pinpoint. And Alice Cooper was from Detroit.
Like I said,
so was Ted Nugent. There was a big music. This is back in the glory days of the apocalypse of Detroit. That's why that shit was coming from that area. It was an apocalyptic event, the destruction of Detroit.
And as shitty as that is for the people living there, it's usually really good for
the kids,
artists and
for the kids and the fucking
like musicians. They come up with some good shit.
Yeah,
when the circumstances.
Yeah, I lived in a fucking converted cattle slaughterhouse that had been turned into apartments, and I had a fucking apartment. I had a fucking apartment that was an entire floor that didn't make any sense because it patched together. I could drive my 73 Mercury Montego, which is a fucking rattle trap of rust. It looked like something out of Mad Max. I could drive it into the fucking elevator. It was a cattle elevator. And lift it up into my apartment.
Into the apartment.
And then drive it into the back. And then fucking lock the gate so no one...
I like that.
And the elevator would go
idea.
past my fucking car. Yeah.
That's cool, though.
Yeah.
You could, like, park your car in your apartment.
In my apartment.
That's pretty rad.
And I had random...
You know no one's going to steal it.
And random homeless goth chicks living and coming and going. That would happen. Fucking, it was like right out of The Crow.
Like
That's
I said,
why The
right
Crow was put there.
There's a reason why those movies are like that.
Yeah, but man, when the winter came, I froze my fucking ass off. There was no heating. I had a little bitty electric heater. And I lived there for almost a year, never paid the electric bill. Never got billed.
Yeah.
So I just kept using it.
Might as well.
Yeah, it was fucking miserable, though. I was like, I can't do this, man. I lost my job, and I was like, I don't care about getting a job anymore. I'm just leaving. So I went back to Mississippi, moved in with my dad. A couple of months later, the fucking Panama War kicked off, and it says, man, I'm joining the Army. And I joined the Army right when fucking Gulf War I kicked off, which is a couple months after all that. And I fucking never looked back. That was the best decision was to join the Army. I was actually too young to be free at that time. I would have got in trouble. I didn't have the wisdom or the street cred to make a living. So,
That's true of most dudes.
What's that?
That's true of most dudes.
Yeah. It was a good thing to go to the Army for 4 years. Came out, and then it was easier.
Heider says, Robert Smith said he hates the sisters.
Yeah.
It's like Robert Smith seems to hate all the good bands I like. He never said he hates Journey or REO Speedwagon or actual shitty bands.
Exactly.
That's
why he's a bitch.
We'll see.
He's a bitch.
Yeah. That's a very bitchy thing to do because, look, if I was famous, which I'm not, clearly, but it's just like, if I was, why would I waste my time crying and talking shit about other bands or other entertainers or whatever? It just makes you look insecure. It makes you look petty. It makes you look like a bitch.
Yeah, they asked me what stack would I put fucking Robert Smith on. I wouldn't put him on anything because he's too fat. He's too fat. He's too old. And if you put him on the minimum thing, the first thing you got to put him on would be Test. And if you put him on Test, it would fuck his voice up. It would drop a couple octaves. So then you'd have him sounding like a man. You don't want him to sound like a man.
Well, no, you want him to sound like Robert Smith.
You want him to sound like Robert Smith.
That's a very
Robert
distinctive...
Smith sounds like a
bitch. Robert Smith has a very distinctive voice. You can't mistake.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's not a great voice.
He sounds like a crybaby, but it's good.
But you can't just mistake that voice for anyone else's voice.
Yeah.
As soon as he starts singing, you know who that is. And like I said, to me, that's like a lot more important than having like a good voice. Is having one that the instant that comes on, like, you know who that is. And so you want to change that. But Haida said, I wonder if he has Asperger's. I think he's high functioning. He might. He always seemed... I don't know much about his personal life or anything like that. I've read some interviews with him like way back in the 80s and 90s and stuff. But it's like I haven't really kept up with him recently, so I don't really know what he's up to. But I do know... One thing I always thought was very strange is like him being... a rock star and all, even though technically he's not like a real rock star in the sense of like the Rolling Stones or something, but he married his high school sweetheart or his first girlfriend or whatever she was, Mary, and they've been married all this time, which is crazy. That like never happens. You know what I mean? It's nice, but it's just like, I don't know what else was going on behind the scenes or anything like that, but it's just like, that's just very unusual for that kind of lifestyle. So I'm not really sure what else is going on. She was in the Just Like Heaven video and everything. I don't know. I always thought that was kind of cool, but it's like, what else is going on? There's some other kind of shit. You know what I mean?
All the shit that I went through, I would never fucking compare myself to say, well, I'm the American version of fucking Sid Vicious or any shit like that. But one time we went to a club, to a bar here, the band was opening, and it was a Starry Night, which I helped get them signed.
Yeah, they're from Miami.
Yeah, from Miami. And the guy that owned the fucking place that was open says, oh, I know you. Yeah, they said that you're the Florida version of fucking...
Malcolm McLaren.
And I said, yeah, I guess I am. I'm
kind of. Well,
I'm kind of like Florida's Malcolm McLaren, yeah.
Sort of.
There's several bands that were around that got big because I helped them supporting clubs and shit like that. But Malcolm was focused just on music. I really don't focus just on that shit. That was just a little side thing that happened. I actually focus more just on motorcycles, the clubs that we deal with, and the show.
It just happened.
And friends. It just happens.
It just happened that a few years back, he happened to stumble across an A Starry Night video on YouTube.
Yeah, and I really liked him. Yeah.
And you're like, wow, this band's really good. And then he started talking to them on YouTube when you used to be able to message people on there.
Yeah, I was talking to them on YouTube.
And found out they were from here. They're from Miami.
Yeah. And they were like, man, you look awesome. And I didn't know who I was talking to, but I was talking to Michael.
Yeah.
The lead singer.
And then later it's like, well, we know a chick, our friend Amani.
We were at dinner with Amani.
Who is a club promoter. Yeah. She mostly did death metal. Because I still do posters for her. I did one just last week, as a matter of fact. For like an anti-Valentine thing for a death metal show. But she was asking us, she's like, what are some good bands in Florida? I'm like looking for some other bands to promote or something like that. And we're like, man, we found this band on YouTube. Like Tom found this band on YouTube.
No, she asked me, she says, what's the best band in Florida?
Yeah.
And I said, The Starry Night.
And she looked into it and she's like, man,
she goes, yeah, I know him, I met him.
Yeah.
And she contacted him. Says, you know Tom, I'm friends with Tom, this and that. I'm from New York, my name's Amani, this and that. She got him signed to a label that she worked with up in New York. Yeah.
And they've like I said, they played in Europe. They've been they played in Germany.
Huge in Germany.
They're huge. They love them over there. Yeah. They played all the goth festivals over there. Yeah. They're on the same label as Das Ich, or like a huge industrial. I really like Das Ich, actually.
So I just happened to be in the right place at the right time, and I knew the right people, and I put the right word in, and fucking got them started. And fucking whenever we go see them at the show, man, fucking it's just like meeting family again. They're like, oh man. Last time they saw us, I said, man, you guys look fucking great. Because we both been working out and shit, you know what I mean? Fucking, what's his name? Fucking drummer was...
Well, Elliot did not recognize...
Elliot didn't recognize me at first. He's like, dude, no, that's you. And he goes, yeah, that's me. Because I shaved my head, gained a bunch of weight, a bunch of muscle.
Because I still do work for Elliot. Like, he's...
We work for him, but they don't see us that often.
He's like a... not a Satanist, exactly. But he does, like, all of that kind of... Enochian magic kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like... But he has these big house parties, right? Yeah. And so I do posters.
Kind of like Thelema.
Yeah. So he does talks about that. So I do posters for that. Yeah. And then I also he does house parties like once a month. And he likes to do like this kind of like old like comic book like Tales from the Crypt aesthetic. So I do posters for that like once a month or something like that. But like I said, we don't see them. They only play in Orlando like maybe once a year or twice a year. So when they come up to see us, it's kind of like, we don't see them. We talk to them, but we don't like see them in person. And so last time we saw them at Will's Pub, Ilya came up and he recognized me, but he didn't recognize you at first.
He didn't recognize me at first. Took him a second. He goes, no.
Because we haven't seen him in like a year or so.
Bitch. And he's like, ah. And fucking... And what's his name? He goes, dude, you look like Rob Halford. And I said, that bitch was never this big. And he goes, oh, yeah, he was never that big. Even though I love Rob. Rob's cool. Yeah. Rob Halford, man, fucking influenced by his lyrics. He's a very good guy.
Zach says, the other day I found a gif of, I guess, Iggy Pop with his swinger out, I guess his dick, while singing, apparently. That's totally on brand. He also used to cut his chest open with bottles.
Yeah, broken bottles. He was doing punk rock stuff and real hard shit going back. This first album was fucking... You guys need to check it for me. Go on and Google and check. First album I heard from was called Raw Power. And I mean,
Raw Power is a great...
Yeah, and I think it was 1970 maybe? 70?
Maybe earlier, but I can't remember.
I think it was 1970, 72.
But man, it's good.
Oh, and it's basically punk rock. And proto really hard metal. And he was doing crazy shit back then, like breaking bottles on the fucking stage and rolling around and broken glass.
Rolling around and broken glass and stuff.
He'd torture himself and stuff. Yeah. And he's crazy. Really fucking crazy.
Big time. Drugs.
Yeah. And skinny motherfucker crazy. David Bowie loved him. They were like good friends.
See Velvet Goldmine.
Yeah.
For a fictionalized account.
Yeah. They were like fucking super good buddies. Because Bowie just liked the fact that dude was fucking nuts and that he would just push all kinds of boundaries.
I could see that.
So, in a way, people were gonna do shit like that anyway, but he was doing it first. And if you took what Iggy Pop was doing, and he was in Detroit, based out of Detroit, and then you took what the Ramones were doing, they were based out of New York.
Like I said,
you had all the building blocks for punk rock.
Like I said, and you have to put the Velvet Underground in the mix too, who are also from New York.
They were doing kind of a goth almost thing.
Yeah, that was almost like proto-goth, I would say.
So it was the building blocks of it were all there, and it just kind of influenced other
people. Yeah,
people.
Nothing comes from nowhere.
Yeah.
It's just everything is influenced by something else.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. So that's why it's kind of like a fool's errand to say it's like, oh, well, this came from that. But it's like, it was a big build-up.
It's an evolution.
You know what I mean? But I'm going to say punk rock, I think, in my opinion, probably stem from Detroit, I would think.
Yeah. And then another thing that's going to be very uncomfortable for the brothers to understand is that rap came from punk rock. It came from that same fucking scene. And there was a lot of rap happening in punk and goth. Like, fucking Bauhaus has a lot of rap in it, but you just don't recognize this rap. The rhythm's a little bit different. It sounds more like a monologue. A trail of random cutlery cuts through a dash, through a concrete underpass. That's a fucking rap.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that happening.
You wouldn't identify it as that nowadays.
Yeah. And then Malcolm McLaren, who helped promote the Sex Pistols, saw rap in New York and said, "Oh, this is the new thing." And he started promoting those acts.
Well, like I said, the thing about it back in the day, which maybe if you didn't live through that time, you don't remember, but it's just kind of like, at that time, anything that wasn't mainstream, like corporate rock, was like street music.
Street music, yeah.
And so, like, street music was punk or rap or like, and a lot of that was like crossover.
Yeah.
Because it was just kind of like, there was all these kids that were making music, and you know, there was a lot of, that's why there's a lot of British kind of music from this era had a lot of reggae and shit like that in it, because it was all mixed up.
Yeah.
Nobody had there weren't concrete genres at the time.
When I was hanging out in Detroit, there was a Canadian band that would cross from Ontario into Detroit all the time. They'd hang out in the clubs. They were called Skinny Puppy. And Skinny Puppy had a lot of elements of rap and industrial in it. It was fucking wild. And when I got that first, I bought the first Public Enemy album. It was called Yo Bum Rush the Show.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, and that album and Skinny Puppy albums, early Skinny Puppy, that kind of sounded very related. And it was because in Detroit clubs, you had house music. And house music was kind of like techno-industrial. And it had some of the DJs and acts that were making it were also black, so there was a big crossover.
Yeah.
Between all that stuff that was happening. It was hard to tell who made what, or what race made what, because they were coming out of the same Detroit clubs, and they knew each other. The guys that were making the music.
Like I said, it was just all shit that wasn't
anything that wasn't mainstream.
Yeah. Same thing that happened in Britain and you know the punk and post-punk era, where they had like reggae and new wave and all that kind of shit, like integrating.
Yeah, new wave and reggae were blending into ska.
Yeah.
You know, which was like
and a lot of new wave had ska elements. Yeah. It's just kind of like, you know, like I said, even Bauhaus, which is considered a goth band, had reggae elements in some of their songs.
Yeah.
So and, it wasn't it wasn't weird. It was just just.
And there are bands that were new wave and ska hybrids that are forgotten, like Fun Boy 3. I've been listening to them recently.
Yeah.
There's a white dude and two black dudes. I think they're from the Specials, right? The black dudes were from the Specials, or were they?
I think one
is from the Specials, and it's like a new wave ska kind of a goth kind of a sound. They did the original version of that song that the Go-Go's did.
Our Lips Are Sealed.
Our Lips Are Sealed.
Well,
yeah.
It's not so okay.
It was not really the original. They were simultaneous.
Because I always thought that, you know, the Go-Go's, everybody knows the Go-Go song, Our Lips Are Sealed. For a long time, I thought that was a cover
Yeah.
of the Fun Boy 3 song.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Turns out, not exactly. It turns out that the guy from the Fun Boy 3 and Jane Whelan from the Go-Go's wrote that song together.
And had rights.
And then they both did songs with their bands, like,
yeah,
separately.
You're right.
Around the same time. So it's not really a cover. It's just kind of like two versions of...
If you like, and there's a video to it. You can see it on YouTube. And it's Bananarama, the three girls from Bananarama, who abducted me as a teenager and did so much trauma to me as a young boy.
I thought the Go-Go's
before they sold me to the Go-Go's. After
my God! Okay.
Yeah.
So
I was only 14, 15. I was just traumatized by the whole thing. But they're doing the backup vocals, and they're in the video too.
Yeah.
So if you like Our Lips Are Sealed, the Go-Go's version of it, go see the Fun Boy 3 version of it on YouTube.
Which is not necessarily the original version, but it's just a different version.
Same time. It's around the same time.
By one of the other writers of the song.
And Bananarama's doing the backup vocals, and you got Siobhan there, and they're all gothed out. They're looking cute. Yeah, they're looking, I was just, man, I was born at the wrong time.
I wish I was Bananarama.
I'm a huge Bananarama fan.
He loves Bananarama.
And they'd be like, how's that fucking motherfucker like Bananarama? I grew up hearing that on KROQ in California when I was a little kid. You know, fucking, what was it? Deep sea diving? Deep sea diving, I think was the name of that first album that came out.
I don't remember.
Yeah. I think it was called Deep Sea Diving.
Tom likes a lot of stuff that you wouldn't
think that he likes. Early Duran Duran, I would hear it there. I fucking loved early new wave in like 1980, 1981. It was on the radio.
Yeah. I think like
Adam Ant.
My experience was when I was a kid, my dad was real into music. So I grew up listening to a lot of 70s rock. He liked The Doors. He liked some Southern rock, like the Eagles and Lynyrd Skynyrd and shit like that, which I wasn't a big fan of. But he was really, really into the Beatles. Yeah. So I got into the Beatles big time, like when I was a kid. But then when I was about 9 or 10, I started listening to... Like, on the radio, they were starting to play kind of, I don't know, some different stuff. And then MTV started in 81. And so I got into, I think probably the first band I got into was maybe Modern English or the Psychedelic Furs, I feel like. One of those two. And I got into that, so I started buying their stuff, or I started, like, getting into their stuff. And then I got into Duran Duran. My cousin, who was 2 years older, was into Duran Duran, and she gave... What?
Oh, no, sorry. Nothing, I was just pointing out what happened.
You kept
use it.
Pointing.
Yeah, I was just pointing what happened to use it. Somebody ate sushi off her ass.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Oh, Hedda said, I've never heard any chick say she had an affair with Robert.
He's married.
Not any... Yeah, well, see, that was one of the things that I thought was kind of cool about Robert Smith, is that he married his girlfriend, who he has known since he was 16 years old.
Yeah.
And they have been married this whole time. And as far as I know... I mean, I don't know. I don't follow the dude's private life or anything like that. But it's like, as far as I know, like, I've never heard anybody say he was doing anything untoward or anything like that. As far as I know, the two of them have been together all this. And that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Especially for somebody that's like a rock star, you know? I always thought that was kind of awesome. Because that doesn't usually happen. But yeah, so I had the experience where... So I got into that. I got into, like, I think I got into probably Secular Furs, Modern English, The Police. I think, like, The Police I got into, like, the first album I bought with my own money was Synchronicity, which came out in 83 when I was 11 or 12. And I bought that. And then I started getting into Duran Duran. I had an older cousin who was 2 years older, and she was kind of into them. She wasn't goth or anything, but she heard them at a club or something, and so she got me into that. And then from there, I started getting into more new wave stuff. And then I started getting into, like, Susie and Bauhaus and Alien Sex Fiend and all that kind of stuff, like, during the 80s and, like, going into the 90s.
First album I bought my own money, I think it was about 81, 80. I think it must have been 81. It was Missing Persons. I think it was called Destination Unknown, wasn't it?
Well, that was a song. I don't know if the whole
I think it was the name of the album, too.
It might have been. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to keep talking.
No.
Oh.
No, I was telling you what the first album I bought was.
Oh,
I think it was called Destination Unknown, I think.
It's weird because I remember the first album I bought.
It was a black album with her face and the lines going through it. You guys know what it is?
Yeah, I remember the cover.
It was a big album. Then I bought the other one that came. That was their second album. After I bought that one, I bought their first album. I think it had Mental Hopscotch on it. I don't remember what the name of the album was. It might have only been an EP. It's been a long time since I've had those albums. Then I bought an Oingo Boingo album. I bought Only a Lad.
Man, that's a great song.
Yeah, and then I bought one that had insects and fear on it. I think it was called Fear. Isn't the name of that album? Fear?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I still remember the first thing I bought in every format.
Yeah.
First album I bought was Synchronicity by The Police. First cassette I bought was The Walk by The Cure. First CD I bought was Extricate by The Fall.
Yeah. You need one other drink?
Yes.
Okay. What time is it?
It's only 10.
Oh, okay.
It's Friday night, baby.
All right.
I've been waiting all week. I've been working so hard.
You're getting fussy, though.
I'm not getting fussy.
All right.
I'm not getting fussy. I don't think I'm getting fussy. But yeah, it's like, I don't know why that always like kind of struck me. I guess because like what you were saying, High Desert, about him, nobody's saying they had an affair. Because here's the thing. Well, let's just go to another example. Peter Murphy from Bauhaus. I've seen him with Bauhaus 2 times. I've seen him live solo 7 or 8 times. Like, a lot of times. You know, from 1990 onward. And he's been married to his wife, whose name is Behan, who he met on... She was the choreographer on his video for Final Solution, which was a Per Ubu cover, I believe. And there was a lot of like kind of modern dance in it. And she was the choreographer on it, and they met and they hooked up. They have a daughter that's grown now, obviously. And so they've been married all this time. However, I know from personal experience, not personal me, but personal friends that I know, that he is not faithful to his wife when he is on tour. Because we have a friend who we have also indulged in things with, that has had some sexual situations with him. Just gonna say. So yeah, I don't know if his wife knows and is okay with it, or I don't know. Also, Peter Murphy got on fucking meth.
Yeah, he's a meth head. Worse than a crackhead.
Well, wait, man. Didn't he get caught? He got pulled over, and there was meth in his car, and he gave the excuse, like, it's not mine.
He was in an accident and got...
He was in an accident.
He wrecked his fucking car and had fucking meth.
Yeah.
And he ran.
Yeah.
Didn't he run?
Yeah, but
they
caught him.
run. Yeah, they caught it.
Not mine.
Yeah.
Who put that meth in my car? You did. You put the meth in your car.
Somebody put meth in my car. He lost his look.
Somebody shit my pants.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good. Somebody shit my pants. How the hell did that happen?
That was from Johnny the Homicide.
That's a good. That's a good one.
Who shit my pants?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that kind of.
Half Naked You said, when I was young, I got paid thousands to let a cardiologist eat sushi off my ass at a party in front of friends. I've got
Wow.
stories. Yep. That's what I was trying to tell you.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if you heard
I
earlier,
gotta want to hear those stories.
I don't know if you heard the earlier part of the show where the DJ...
I would let somebody eat sushi off my ass for that money.
For thousands, yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. We were talking about earlier...
Because like I said, I don't have to do anything, really. I just have to, like, be there.
We were talking about Dimitri when he was... That's the DJ who fucking works with us. He was doing all these fetish parties in these mansions here in Florida with fucking... Like real mansions, indoor swimming pools and shit, you know, like millionaires. And there were these fetish events, parties. And it was dudes bringing their wives to these old dudes and basically pimping them out. They're throwing money at them to get them to do things. You got it on a leash and shit, and doing it. And just, I don't know if you heard that part of the show, but we were talking about that. Fucking just the crazy shit that was happening in the fetish scene around Tampa. Yeah, that hasn't been going on for a while, but...
I mean, it might still be going on now. We're not.
But he's not fucking spinning.
Well, he's
for
not
it.
doing the shit now. So
but it was in like huge gated mansions. Goth and fetish couples needing money, going there to be paid for fucking, you know, having old guys gangbang your wife for fucking $6,000, that kind of shit. Fucking whatever.
I don't know, man.
Eyes wide shut. That kind of shit.
That would be a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, he was spending there because he and his wife were from the fetish scene, but they weren't doing that.
Yeah.
They were just in the normal fashion.
That kind of shit.
Fucking shit. Fucking...
They do fetish shit, but not... To my knowledge, they don't.
He doesn't
do
pimp her out.
That super extreme. No.
Fetishized prostitution.
Now she does sell pictures.
Yeah.
But not super explicit shit.
Right. Yeah.
You know. Which, like I said, but they don't do anything like super. Mm-hmm. I don't know. The worst I know, like we. Remember that time we went to the vampire ball in Tampa?
Mm-hmm.
And. He worked for Hilton at the time.
Yeah. Oh, I know this story.
And he got us a free hotel room.
Yeah.
And we went to the vampire ball. It was a lot of fun, but man, we all got really hammered.
Yeah.
And
he's like, man, we got to get the girls in on this shit. We got to get something going. And I says, okay, all right.
All right.
Yeah, we'll get something going.
But then
she chickened out.
Well, then as it turned out, we got back. It was a big hotel room. It was a suite.
Yeah.
That he got for us. And, because like I said, he worked there, so we had, like, a huge discount.
Yeah.
And so...
It was a nice fucking hotel.
It was
a hotel apartment, basically.
Yeah, it was like, it had, like...
2 rooms and a kitchen.
2 beds, It had, like, it was really nice.
Yeah.
It was, like, a whole apartment. And so, we get back, and we're really fucked up.
Yeah. Me and Jen start rolling around. I start putting on a show and shit, you know? And I'm like...
We're sitting in the other bed.
Yeah, they're over there.
And they're kind of like... They seem like they kind of want to get involved, but not. They're kind of like, man, they're just kind of laughing, like, man, what the fuck is going on?
And I got to fucking throw the sheet over myself, and I fucking go like that, and I'm starting ready to mount and shit, and fucking. Demetrius like, Tom, what's that? And I said, I'm the abdominal snowman, not abominable, abdominal. Because at the time I had a belly, you know. So if I'm the abdominal snowman, they started fucking laughing.
That might have kind of killed
him. And ever since then, he would every now and then call me the abdominal snowman.
He calls him the abdominal.
Yeah.
But it's like, they didn't get involved. They were just watching.
Yeah.
They were just watching.
Yeah. And fucking, and I was like, what? She goes, nah, she's on her period. And I was like, yeah, right. You know, fucking, yeah, right. Nah. She chickened out.
Well, you know. It's all right. I get it. I get it because
she chickened out.
We've been involved in threesome situations before, and I get that there's kind of protocol.
Yeah.
That you have to adhere to.
Yeah, we weren't gonna fuck with them.
There's politics involved.
It was just gonna be
I would never
It was just gonna be a party.
I'm not gonna step on anyone else's dick. I'm never gonna do anything that anybody disagreeable about.
This reminds me of the fuck. We just watched that fucking Eddie Murphy documentary. He put out a fucking good documentary. It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. Yeah.
It's on Netflix. Yeah, it's really funny. It's good too.
It's good. Yeah, I liked it.
And fucking Eddie Murphy tells a story. For his 21st birthday party, he had everybody over, and they were in some kind of club, and it was just fucking wild. And Yul Brynner, you guys know who that is? A fucking bald dude from The King and I. He fucking did Westworld and shit.
Yeah, Westworld, yeah.
Yul Brynner and his wife, who she's like an Indonesian ballet chick. He was working with her on The King and I musical. He comes up with his wife and he goes, Eddie, why don't you come back to our place, man, and we will party. And he's like, no, man, I gotta fucking, I got shit I gotta do. Okay. And Eddie says, and the wife is just dead staring at me with a big smile on her face, And he goes, I was young. It didn't really click, but he was trying to fucking get me in and fucking his wife.
Yeah.
And he goes,
and
I started thinking about it. Imagine that. I'm in bed with his wife and fucking Yul Brynner standing there, his bald ass head, and he goes, Eddie, fuck my wife, etc., etc., etc.
If you've seen The King and I, that would be much funnier.
Yeah, if you saw The King and I, fucking Yul Brynner, man.
That would be much funnier.
And fucking, I'm a great admirer of fucking Brenner's work, man. Fucking, he's so great. And
so
fucking
cool.
Greatest story ever told with the fucking, where he played Pharaoh and shit. And he didn't want fucking, what's his name? Fucking Charlton Heston. I call him Cheston. He didn't want Cheston fucking upstaging him, so fucking Brenner fucking gets in there and starts working out, trying to get as jacked as he could. He looked good. Brenner looked really good. And for that era, and I don't think he was on gear. I don't think they knew anything about it. It was just all natural. He looked pretty good. But he didn't want fucking Cheston to look better than him. And his work on Westworld and everything,
Westworld's great.
Yeah.
The original one.
He was the original Terminator.
Mm-hmm.
Terminator was a ripoff of Westworld. Fucking.
Essentially.
Yeah. A killer robot. Gunslinger.
I don't know if I'd call it a rip-off, but it was definitely inspired. It was definitely inspired.
Yeah, so... And, but no, that's funny. The King and I, great musical, although not as good as Grease.
Not as good as Grease and not as good
as Our Fair Lady.
Yeah, we were watching a bunch of musicals during one time period, and we watched The King and
That's when we went gay. We went gay.
We went gay for a time.
And just watched musicals.
I'm always gay.
Yeah.
But
watching
it's just
show tunes.
My Fair Lady.
Yeah.
Is
Epic.
great.
Epic. Yeah.
That's a great musical.
Yeah.
And then we watched The King and I after that, and I was like, it's good, but it's not quite as good.
The songs aren't as good.
The songs aren't as good. It's not quite as... I mean, My Fair Lady is, funny.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
Audrey Hepburn has, great comedic timing.
She fucking kills it.
She fucking kills that shit.
Yeah.
That scene where she's at the horse race, trying to be upper class, that fucking...
Move your blooming ass!
Oh my god, that fucking killed me. That was fucking hilarious. Maybe it's funnier if you lived in the UK for a little while. So it's the class structure and everything. But it's that fucking... Oh my god, that fucking cracked me up.
But
Bremther says, I lived in small one-stoplight towns in Oregon and North Carolina. The only thing they had in common were hidden married swinger groups.
Where
People
was this?
are freaks.
Where is this?
Small towns in Oregon and North Carolina. Yeah, like I said, people think that weirdos like us are into some freak, which we are, but
regular people are weirder.
Regular people are way weirder because sometimes, I'll see true crime stuff where shit went super wrong, and they'll be like, "Yeah, these people were doing this, that, and the other." I'm like, "Holy fucking shit, really? I would never fucking do that."
And old people are fucking real fucking regular old people are fucking they're perverted. It's because I guess as they get older and they go, well, shit, I ain't got nothing to lose. So let's do this and that. You know what I mean?
I get it.
And if they're religious, that kind of bleeds into that too. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
I don't either.
We come from the culture that we come from, the subculture that we come from. It's already kind of like it's kind of slightly normalized, so it's not we don't fetishize it that much. So it's not really.
No,
it kind of diffuses it.
Well, it's kind of a non starter.
Yeah.
Because people are just kind of like, hey, well, we're in a relationship with these people. We're just like, okay. Like no one cares. It's really not that big a deal. But I guess maybe for normie people, maybe it's a bigger deal. So it's like, maybe it's more like naughty. I don't know.
Yeah. And some of the fetish couples that we've known for just forever, they'll have a little girlfriend that lives with them for years.
For a period of time.
And then they got kids living with them too. And you would think that, like, she's got her own room. And you'd think that this looks some odd shit. But it's not really when you know them.
No.
And they're...
Well, their kid's grown now, and she's like, she grew up around that. It's not weird
it's so
to
funny.
her.
We went to a party at their house.
It's not
and I
weird
was
to
cooking for the party.
Yeah.
And their daughters were teenagers at that time. And they were just kind of like embarrassed. They just thought it was goofy. You know what I mean? That their parents had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
That girlfriend has been on this show before.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Anastasia.
Yeah.
Very gorgeous. And she's a fucking nuclear physicist. For real. That's what she was educated
She
as.
teaches now. But
she's a teacher. She's up in New York right now.
Yeah, she lives in New York. But
she guested on a
she's been on the show one time or two times.
Twice.
I think 2 times.
Twice, I think.
Yeah, she's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was their third for a little while.
Yeah, there's like a little threesome going on for a while.
But
and she's a lawyer, and
she's cool as shit though.
Yeah, she's a lawyer, and he's an ex-con.
Yeah.
They
have been together forever.
Yeah,
and
forever.
those two are fucking solid.
Oh yeah.
They're like one of the most devoted married couples I have ever met.
Yeah, they're like a couple of gangsters.
And like the thing about the thirds, like with the other girls and stuff, that's not him, that's her.
Yeah, it's her to do it.
She wants to do it. He's like,
he's
whatever.
Indifferent. He doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't care.
Yeah,
she likes other girls.
She likes girls, yeah.
And so they'll bring in other girls, and they have a whole torture dungeon set up and everything.
Yeah, he does different rope bondage and fucking stylish.
Because I had a friend that was into that for a little while.
Yeah, and you would think it'd be kinky as shit. But it's funny, the daughter was like fucking 17, 16, at the party.
It's like a kind of embarrassing.
And she was just like, this is so ridiculous.
Well,
I was just laughing. I said, don't worry about it. Your parents are cool. They're just
when you're a teenager, everything your parents do is embarrassing.
It's
embarrassing.
Yeah, it's fucking funny.
Even if in hindsight, you're like, man, they were kind of cool, actually.
And
but
here's another thing growing up. The religious kind of like Christian-y type people would think that, well, the parents would be a bad influence on the kids. No, the kids are usually absolutely the opposite.
Yeah.
That chick,
That's
the
why
daughter
I really
was like
never wanted to have
totally
kids.
fucking like a
well,
a preppy.
she had her own.
She's like a preppy.
Yeah, she had her own life going.
Now,
that's not always the case, though.
Yeah. The Jen and Dimitri's daughter, she's a goth. She runs the door.
At Abyss,
Yeah, but she's like totally normal. She's married, has a kid of her own now. She got married early and had a kid early. Well, they got married, or she just had a kid with him?
I'm not sure.
I think they're married.
I don't know if they got married or not.
She had her first kid when she was like maybe 18.
Yeah, I think she was 18 when she had the kid.
And I went to Jen and her mom, his name Jen, and I said, you can let this happen. She goes, she's 18, what can I do? And I said, like, kind of young, huh? And she goes, that's how old I was. She said, let her get it out of the way.
My mom had me when she was 18.
Yeah. She goes, it's better that she gets it out of the way now. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
I'm not saying do that.
Yeah.
Because, Jesus, I was a child when I was 18. But...
And her other daughter is grown, like she's like 30.
She had another... Well, I don't know if she had another daughter from...
We're not talking about the daughter. We're talking about the mom, Jen.
Yeah.
She's got 2.
Yeah, she's got 2.
And the other one is a spitting image of fucking Laura Ross, who's a friend of ours. They look like the sisters, but they're not. It's weird.
Interesting.
So you look just like Laura Ross. And she goes, yeah, everybody says that. And fucking and Jen was like, yeah, she does look like Laura.
Yeah. Maybe that's why Jen and Laura hang out that much.
Yeah.
Must be something going on there.
Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna be out tomorrow.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, Dimitri's going to be there, but...
Jen will probably be there.
Jen comes sometimes and sometimes not.
Jen shows up to the club and then she disappears. She go out and smoke weed in the car.
She
And
goes out
shit,
and
and she's
smokes weed
just
in the
like,
car for a long
yeah.
time. Granther says the Villages
Yeah.
is known for two things:
That's up the street.
Viagra and STDs.
Yeah. That's up the
pretty
street
much.
here. That's not far.
Yeah, crazily enough, I don't know if you guys know this, but
Yeah.
old people are getting STDs
At a super high rate.
Yeah.
We have a community here called the Villages.
Yes.
It's about 15, 20 miles. Probably.
Yeah, it's not far from us.
And it is a retirement community. A very upscale retirement community.
Yeah.
It's its own little city. And man, the cops are always there because you got naked people fucking drunk in the fountains.
They're just, they
Fucking
do not give a
They have the highest STD rates.
Yes.
And the highest fucking drunken disorderly wet rates. And it's people in their 50s and 60s. And evidently they have the highest response rates to all the fucking call girls on those apps.
I believe it.
That's where they go. They fucking...
I believe it.
Yeah, because it's couples calling prostitutes to come party with them. And it's nice. It's nice. You go there and it's... Just look up
Like
the
I
Villages.
said,
The Villages in Florida.
can't trust normies, man.
No, they're all normies. Preppies looking. Golf course motherfuckers.
And they would probably hide that shit. Whereas, like, if we were doing that shit, we would not hide it.
No, I don't think they're hiding it there. They're doing the shit in public. They're doing it in the fountain.
Jesus Christ.
They're not from here. They're mostly retirees from up north, places like California and New York, Chicago, and they have money.
It's a little gauche.
They're
I
not
feel.
working, and they come here and they fucking go, shit, we got fucking 25 years left. We're gonna
They just go buck
fuck
wild.
it up, and they're partying their asses off, and the Villages has like its own entertainment area filled with restaurants and fucking bars and little shops, and it's pretty, and that's where it entrances into where the houses are. Florida's fucking mostly like a theme park.
Shit's weird.
It's a trip, yeah.
It's weird down here. Grabster says, I've read there are 3,000 clubs for people to join the Villages. Hiking club, quilting club, etc.
Yeah.
There has to be a goth club.
Oh,
one
there's
would think.
gonna-
I bet not.
No, because we would know them. They'd be in our clubs.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you there's all kinds of
Nobody
sex
living
clubs.
at the Villages
Nudist clubs.
would do goth club.
No.
They would still be going to the actual goth clubs
Yeah.
and getting their shit on that.
Yeah,
way,
you're not going to... Yeah, if they...
instead of doing
Yeah.
whatever they're doing.
They wouldn't do the fake goth club in the Villages. They would be coming to the real goth club.
Yeah.
Which, there may be a few of them that do come. Some of the people that are...
Possibly.
Some of the older goths, couples that we know. Like, when them big, tall chick. She's like 6'6". And her husband, who's like 6'6", too. Remember those?
Yeah.
For all we know, they're in the Villages.
I mean,
That's the kind of couple that would be
possible.
there. It's a big, huge, tall goth fetish couple.
But if it was me,
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm old, but I'm not quite that old. I don't want to live in a place like that.
Yeah. It's a planned retirement community.
Yeah, I'm not really into that.
You can't be under 50 and live there.
I mean, well, I'm over 50, but I'm not gonna move there though.
Yeah, you can't be under 50. I think you have to be at least 50 to go there.
I don't want to live there. That sounds like not fun. It's like a bunch of old people. I'm old too, but it's like not that.
Well, I've
like
seen
that.
I've seen them. I've seen them through
Not like
YouTube. You can see they got YouTube videos. It just looks like a normal place. It doesn't look like it's not like a convalescent home.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of like, I'm not saying that it's like a convalescent home.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that it's like old people of a certain age acting the way they would act.
And
And
how
I'm
they're
like,
going to
and
act?
I'm not really.
They're going to act exactly the way they acted the Trap on the 80s. That's that. Because look, I've heard fucking that little lesbian stripper chick that's always fucking rubbing up against us. Says, I won't go to the Axe Trap. That's too many old people. She's our age.
Yeah.
But she won't go to the Trap. She says there's too many old people on the 80s night. She'll probably be there tomorrow. What's her name?
Which one are you talking about?
One that never wears a shirt. Just wears a bra and a mohawk.
Oh, right.
What's her name? I forgot.
She'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll remember in a second.
And she's about our age. She's probably late 40s.
Yeah, she's our age.
And she was a stripper. And a lesbian stripper. She loves Jen.
Big time.
Yeah. She loves Jen. She looks good. She looks great. Real friendly. But one of the things is I said, why don't you come out on 80s night? She goes, too many old people.
Hey,
it's like, all right. Even though she's
I get what she's saying.
Yeah. She likes.
But like honestly, the 80s night, most like the old people, it's mostly like just it's cool old people. It's not like
yeah. Well, people. She's almost our age.
I know.
But she's looking for girls that are like in their 20s, 30s. I think really. Yeah. She's looking for girls.
I might be too old for her. I feel.
I don't know. I think she's into it.
You think?
Yeah, based on what she said.
She seems into it.
Yeah, she was like, she's like, she's taken. Although she was after, she came up to me fucking at the Abyss and she goes, man, that chick running the door is fucking hot. I'd fucking shit out of that.
It's like that.
And I said, that's Dimitri's daughter. And she's like, oh, don't tell him I said that. Yeah.
She's like 19 or something.
She's like 19. She's like,
chill out.
Yeah.
I mean, Dimitri make it. He's cool, but he's kind of traditional in that way. So yeah, he might get kind of upset.
As crazy as we've said about all the weird shit that's happened, he's actually Greek Orthodox.
Yes.
All right, he's Christian.
Yeah, he's kind of religious.
Yeah, he's kind of religious. But that doesn't stop them. There's ways. No. There's ways to where they can it's halal. They can have halal. Fucking.
They find ways to work.
Halal.
Well, like I said, that's why it's so much. It's so much easier not to be into any religion because you don't have to. Yeah. You don't have to do any mental gymnastics. You can just kind of. Yeah. You don't have to justify anything.
Yeah.
It's much better.
We weren't gonna have a foursome or anything. We were just gonna all have sex and fucking, in the same room together.
Well, yeah, they were suggesting.
They weren't suggesting. We were gonna have a fucking.
Because y'all were talking.
Yeah, I know. We were like, we're gonna let's fucking tear these.
Y'all weren't suggesting swapping.
No, we weren't talking about that.
You were suggesting we're just all gonna have sex in the same room.
Yeah. Like, it's gonna be fun,
That's all right.
Which we thought we were.
We thought we were doing that.
Get your phone ready. Yeah.
In Tampa.
Yeah.
We were on board.
Yeah.
We were like, all right. We were just doing it, and they were just watching.
She chickened out.
She kind of chickened
out.
We were having a good time though.
Yeah. I didn't stop us.
No, we just did it anyway.
Yeah. They were laughing the whole time.
I know, they were just like, look at him go.
Yeah. Putting on a whole fucking show. Half Naked You knows what I'm talking about. She puts on a show. That's a stripper girl herself right there, ex-stripper. What's up? Linwood's back. How you doing, man? I haven't seen you in a long time. Ordered DHEA. Yeah, I take it. I take that. I also take, what's that other one? Pregnolone. Yeah. Yeah, you got Pregnolone, yeah. Okay, you got it off my advice, right, yeah. No, I wasn't thinking about relocating. We were just talking about how crazy they are up there. They're all catching STDs and getting fucking arrested for fucking out in the damn fountain out in front of the place. And fucking according to all the fucking hooker advertisements, that's where a lot of the fucking escorts off of damn Trist.net. Check that shit. No, Trist.link, I think is what it's called. Go check that out. If you look in the local area, they go, oh no, I work in the villages. I'll do calls in the villages over and over again because villages calling them young girls up there. Well, they're not all young, they got them in their 40s and 50s escorting, but no, the villages is bad. It's a fucking high-end place. It's beautiful to go there. It's a resort, but it's Sin City. Old people fucking.
Old people do not.
Rich old people fucking. They don't give a shit. Nope. It's crazy. Okay, so that's good that you got the DEHA and the Pregnolone. That shit's good. Now, I've been taking that for about 2 weeks on top of everything else, and I do feel a little bit better. I just seen the science behind it, and it does help somebody who's on test or doing other things. Now, I would recommend, of course, throw some test in there. That's right. And then go online, do what Jen did. Get your old lady on estrogen. You can do that online easy. That's cheap. But every woman should be taking estrogen pills.
I get my shit from TelyRx, TelyRx.com.
Yeah.
And it's like it's fairly cheap.
$1 a pill. You're going to take at least one pill a day, about $30 a month.
You have to like just do a questionnaire like, hey, do you realize that this will do this, that, and the other? Yeah, sure, whatever. You just have to sign off and just to cover their asses.
Now, they're going to recommend that you also buy progesterone for a woman for uterine protection if she has a uterus. If she had a hysterectomy, you don't have to worry about it. But if she has a uterus, then they say you should take some progesterone along with that.
Which, let me
but that makes you feel like shit.
Let me weigh in on that because the recommendation is that if you take estrogen every day, that you should also take progesterone. Now, everyone is different, obviously, so I'm not prescribing anything. But I took a progesterone pill every day along with the estrogen pill, just as was recommended. And I fucking hated it. It made me feel like crap. It made me feel like...
makes you feel like everybody hates you.
Made me feel like pretty much like offing myself. It made me feel like that.
Yeah.
And I did not want to take it anymore. I've got it down to like once a week, which I take it on Mondays, and it's better. I haven't really noticed any negative side effects, but taking it every day, it might be different for other people. I don't really know. But
everybody is different.
Holy crap! I really did not like how I felt on it, and I've talked to other women too that took it, and they were just like, "Yeah, I don't really like." Yeah. It was the same shit when I was on birth control. That was the same kind of.
Now, Linwood, women actually benefit even more from pregnenolone and DEHEA. I'm drunk. But the thing is that they take less. There's another option you can get with has less milligrammage. If you go on Grok or any artificial intelligence, ask about what the female doses are, and that same company you got that shit off of Amazon sells the smaller dose for females. Your woman should be on that also. They actually benefit more than a man. Their upstream hormones is not a vitamin, it is a fucking hormone. Just that they're not controlled. All right, see. And they're upstream hormones that helps you make your normal hormones that you would. Now, it's not as good as injected, no. But it's better than nothing. I would also recommend she should take some estrogen and you should take testosterone on top of that. And there'll be a synergy set up between that where you'll just you'll feel so much better. Yeah. Instantly. Only problem is just what they want to charge for testosterone. Male hormones, man, they treat it like it's fucking poison. Like, oh, it's a dangerous, They know that dudes want it. The dudes that do, and they know that dudes will pay for it. So they're gonna get you. I recommend going overseas for that shit. Get it off of steroidify.com. Set up an account there. Pay for crypto, so you get bonus coins. Get Coinbase and Coin Wallet, and learn how to use crypto. And you pay for crypto, you get bonus coins, so you can get free product. And you only need 200 milligrams a week. That's not much. If you might have to lay down a couple $100 on your first purchase, but you can get 400 milligram shit, 500 milligram shit for fucking $70. That's like a 3 months worth for $70. It's just always that the initial buy-in is really
a lot, but
is
like
more. But once it's rolling, it's not much.
Well, and like I said, the thing about it, it's easier to get. I don't think they care as much about female hormones because it's just women who gives shit.
Yeah, well, it doesn't turn you into a fucking beast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Male hormones can be abused.
Honestly, I take 3 estrogen pills a day.
Yeah. Which that's very high.
And I feel no side effects. The only side effects I felt were from taking the progesterone pill every day, which made me feel like crap, like jumping off a building. So I only take 1 of those a week now.
And the reason why she's taking 3 a day, which that's super physiological doses, that's superhuman doses of estrogen, is because she's been on fucking gear for a couple years. So that's like taking a bunch of male hormones. All right, so this is kind of her body's really been needing this. And I was looking for it through my dealers. My dealers didn't have it. I couldn't understand it. Amazon had it. I got, or fucking Google led me right to it. It's so cheap and so easy. I overestimated the difficulty of getting female hormones. No, they're fucking super easy. And like cheap. I got real cheap.
And that was like the first place I looked for. It might be cheaper other places.
Yeah, dollar a pill is fucking cheap.
Yeah, cheap.
Yeah. $3 a day for fucking superhuman doses. And I can already see a difference in her. It does a lot for your skin, body shape. It moves fat from the waist area down to the ass and fucking thighs. More feminine look, shape. Women can build muscle on it if they're. She does weight training, so you can actually build muscle on it. You can go up a couple of cup sizes.
We'll see. I have felt like, I don't know if the bra's tighter, but it's just kind of like...
You haven't been on it long, but...
No, that's true.
They said wait about 90 days, you start really definitely see it. But I'm not worried about it. She's already fucking gifted. This is just the polishing touches. She built so much muscle on her legs and her ass recently that fucking she doesn't need to build much more. Now let's just do fat redistribution and
kick your head
and
off.
Feminization, you know what I mean? And fucking she's fucking strong now. Got that fucking hack squat machine and leg abduction machine. She's fucking looking great.
Honestly,
we don't have any videos. She fucking bent over and then I was going, God damn, where's the camera? Oh, just look at her.
How cool would it be if I strangled the motherfucker with my thighs?
She's got fucking big fucking legs, man.
That'd be so awesome. Like if he deserved it. Yeah. Like, not an innocent person. I would never do that. But it's like, you know what I mean.
Big legs and her muscle. So we're doing fat redistribution right now and feminization.
Gramster says, my wife made me get a vasectomy a couple years ago. At first I was against the idea, but then I realized it would get her off birth control. Yeah. And I was cool with it. Yeah. Progesterone it's not bad in itself. But I was on progesterone for a while for birth control. And it made me a crazy person.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And when I went back on it recently, because I went back on, I've been through menopause, I'm old. So it's like, so I went back on estrogen and they, prescribed like, you should take progesterone too, just as a protective measure. So I started taking that too. And when I was taking one every day, I was like, man, I would really like to jump off a building. Yeah. I really did not like how I felt on it.
I know exactly the way it feels when I was taking all that Tren.
Oh, it's not good.
When you're taking Trenbolone, which is this fucking super powerful fucking anabolic steroid, and it is not worth it. Don't take it. You don't really get that big on it. It just makes you evil, and it makes you feel like a pregnant Superman. You think you're fucking the biggest, baddest motherfucking war, and you are strong on it. Shit, you're fucking extremely fast, but you feel so insecure, man. You feel like you think everybody hates you and everybody's talking about you.
Like I said, like girls feel all the time. We feel like that all the time.
Yeah.
It sucks, right?
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
Yeah, I know it sucks.
And it's because
that's how we feel all
it's a full spectrum fucking hormone attack of fucking ultra male and kind of female at the same time, because the male system is not used to having progesterone in it. There's some blockers to block that progesterone, but I didn't buy those. Other dudes do block it. Other dudes don't respond to it that well. It depends on genetics.
Like I said, it depends on the person.
Yeah, some dudes can take it and it doesn't bother them. But for me, I went crazy on that shit. Glad I got off it.
Yeah, you did.
Do not take Tren. If any of you are listening, you gym bros, fuck Tren. The safer alternative is fucking NPP, which is a short ester nandrolone. Fucking feels about the same, and you can build about the same amount of muscle. I'm not a big believer in Tren. I didn't really physically gain much from it. Some fat loss, gained maybe a couple pounds, but whatever I gained out of fucking Tren, I could have done the same from NPP, and without all those fucking side effects. It's not that powerful. It's just the side effects are powerful. It's in your mind. No, it's not worth it. too many other ones out there that are safe and proven. Testosterone, NPP, or nandrolone, or Deca. Those are the ones. Yeah. Right now I'm on fucking Equipoise though. Test and Equipoise. Very high doses of it. But the problem with that is it's very long ester. You got to be on it for a long time. It's very slow acting. You don't gain very quickly. But it's high quality muscle. I'm just working out, eating, and feeling good, getting big, very vascular, very lean feeling, and it's cheaper and safe. There's no crazy fucking side effects. I just feel normal. I haven't been anxious or.
Not that I noticed.
Yeah. And I'm on 1,500 milligrams.
Like I said, it's weird because Tom, he asks me all the time, all the drugs he shot me up with over the years.
Yeah.
And pills and stuff. Most of the stuff doesn't really, I don't really notice any difference.
Yeah. Physically, the shape you tell is just...
Yeah, but like I said, I don't really notice that either because I look at myself every day, so it's just kind of I don't really notice it.
She'll walk by sometimes and I'm like, damn. Wow, that's a new development there. Yeah, no, you look different. And other people are seeing it.
I mean, I only notice when, if I work out, this morning, you had shot me up with some stuff last night, so it's I worked out today, and it's I didn't get as tired as quickly.
Yeah, I just increased. I increased a nandrolone dose.
Yeah, you told me.
That's all, to 100 milligrams. That's all.
But like I said, I did notice. That when I went on the progesterone. In tandem with the estrogen, that I started feeling really bad again, really depressed and suicidal.
I think one of the reasons why progesterone felt so bad is because Deca or nandrolone has progesteronic side effects. So
I was getting all of it.
I think you're getting enough progesterone from...
Well, you told me.
I told you that. When
I was on birth control.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah.
When I was still fertile.
Yeah.
Birth control is, the one I was on was mostly progesterone.
Yeah.
And you had told me you were acting like a crazy person.
Yeah, you're crazy on it.
And and a lot of people have said that.
Yeah.
So when I went back on it, I was just kind of man, I hate this.
This is one of the things that pisses me off about you low risk pussy ass motherfuckers are worried about testosterone, going on testosterone, and going on these fucking anabolic steroids, which are modified testosterone. It's actually safer than testosterone. Okay. Oh, I don't want to take that. That shit'll make my ball. It's the same thing that happens when she goes on birth control. That's all it is.
Bitch, we do that our whole lives.
They do it their whole fucking lives.
Well, nobody cares about women.
Yeah, it's the same. Women.
We put up with pain our whole lives. We put up with drugs our whole lives.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Right.
That we have side effects. No one cares. No one cares.
Going on test or going on steroids is the same thing as a woman going on birth control.
So quit your whining.
That's all it is.
Quit your whining. We've done that our whole fucking lives.
So it's not...
Quit your fucking crying.
Yeah, so it's not some kind of fucking super dangerous fucking thing that's done in a basement laboratory. They're all fucking professionally made out of fucking big laboratories like GlaxoSmithKline makes all this shit. Fucking, they all make the same shit. It's just the application's a little bit different. You want a woman to fucking go on birth control, give her estrogen and progesterone and her cycle will shut down.
Yep.
You want a dude to go on birth control?
Actually.
Yeah, you want a good dude to go on birth control? Give him testosterone, and his fucking cycle will shut down. You will not produce the same amount of sperm because you're on testosterone. Why the hell would your nuts want to be working? They don't have to work. You got testosterone, so the sperm isn't made because you got. Yeah, they just take the vacation.
Lay back.
Right.
Drink some margaritas.
He said, well, I don't want my balls getting small. Bitch, you're fucking 50 years old. Your nuts are fucking hanging down like a damn turkey fucking neck, like a fucking big old long fucking thing. Like shit. You didn't look like that when you were fucking 20. Your shit looked like a peach.
Yeah.
All uptight, right? You go on test, that's what happens. Your nuts become like, I don't want my balls getting small. So, man, fucking pull your fucking pants down. Throw that shit to old what's his name. Well, I don't want to take that in my ball. Let me see your fucking nuts. Oh, no. I want to see. Your nuts are hanging down like a fucking pair of old fucking eggs and shit, aren't they? Fucking look at that shit. Jen knows. I'll pull my fucking dick out in the club. I don't give a fuck. I said, that shit looks like a fucking peach. You go, God damn. So what are you worried about? I ain't worried about nothing. That's right. It shit just collects itself up like that. It's not little bitty balls. It's just your imagination.
And
my balls right now look like they did when I was 20.
And the thing about it is that I think dudes worry about that more than chicks do. Like, chicks don't care what your balls look like.
Right.
Like, if your balls are hanging down to your knees.
Yes, and at 50, your fucking balls are hanging down.
That would be a little bit weird. I could still work with it, but I'm just like, what
the fuck,
but
man?
still, like, if your balls were just regular, like, smaller up by your body, like, it wouldn't even occur to me. That was weird or anything.
You're just gonna look photogenic.
No, I think dudes worry about stuff that chicks do not worry about.
Yeah, and then another thing is that a lot of these worries are coming from dudes in their fucking teens and 20s. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're just injecting random shit. They're fucking themselves up. And if you're fucking 20 and you're injecting a bunch of tests, that could be a big problem. But if you're in your fucking 40s or 50s, it doesn't affect you the same way. It just doesn't.
We're old. It's
you kind of just.
We only got 20, 30 years left.
Yeah, and
probably if we're lucky.
Yeah, and you don't have an endocrine system trying to fight the shit that you're injecting and try to balance it out. You don't get acne or anything like a young kid would because his shit's gonna try to balance it out. You don't have a system strong enough to balance anything out. You're just fucking injecting what's called hormones from the outside, and they just kind of obey. They're okay. We'll do that, boss. All right. I can't do nothing with this. Let's just obey. Obey the signal. We give the command to build muscle and to be fucking macho. Let's just do that, okay? Fuck all that fuck all that estrogen production. We're not gonna worry about that. It's just a different game. It's a different game. Older people don't react the same way as a teenager would.
It's a lot better. Like, that's honestly one of the best things about getting older is, like, one, you don't give a shit about anything anymore, and two, you don't have to worry about the same kind of stuff that you
the side effects aren't.
Well, because like I said, like Bramthers was saying about getting the vasectomy and the birth control and everything. Like, look, I'm postmenopausal. I don't have to worry about getting pregnant anymore.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to knock bitches up and have kids.
And he's not trying to knock bitches up, so it's just kind of like, so we don't have to worry about it. We don't have to worry about having some kind of accident.
Right.
Or anything like that.
And here's the thing. Statistically, I have 20 years left on my lifespan. So there's not much to worry about. And I don't have a whole life of fucking hormonal abuse since I was a teenager. I got a lot of gas in the tank. Chances are it'll extend my life, not shorten it.
I hope so.
Well, it should statistically shorten my life because I'm not obese.
Well, yeah, that helps.
So that's one of the biggest things that kills you is the obesity.
Yeah.
And
we're not obese and we're not completely sedentary.
Right.
We like work out and stuff. So
yeah, and we dance fucking at least once a week.
Once or
fucking
twice
all night.
Yeah. Ooh, I gotta sneeze.
Then we fuck constantly.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry. I don't know where this urge to sneeze came from. But yeah, so, like, it's kind of nice not to worry about that anymore. Because in my post-first marriage days, because I was married for 14 years. From when I was 22 to when I was 36, 37, something like that. It was a constant worry. You had to be on birth control all the time, and it's a huge pain in the ass. But, like, one of the better things about being postmenopausal is that you really don't have to worry about that anymore. So, not to be, like, TMI, but, like, we can have sex now, and it's like, he's like, whoops, it's, he doesn't have to, we don't have to worry about it, which is nice. He said, bless you, thank you. Counterlock says, Tom, there's I'll wait till he gets back, but I'll tell him again. There's a radio station to listen to every day that has constant commercials advertising for a man's clinic in the area with testosterone. Yeah, well, it's a big market, and a lot of dudes will not get medical help for anything. But if you advertise it as, hey, your dick's not working right anymore, whatever, we can fix that, that might be good. But he started out with a testosterone clinic.
Yeah. Shit was $200 a month for only 200 milligrams. It was good, man.
But it was good because
it taught me how.
It taught you what the right levels were. And
what felt right. And how good shit was.
So you kind of learned it, and then you just did it on your own.
Yeah. For a lot cheaper.
Yeah. As you do.
Yeah, and a woman very cheaply could get super physiological levels of fucking estrogen for $90 a month.
I think
which is 3 pills a day. That's half of what a man does.
I think it's about that, yeah.
About $90 a month, and that's a lot. You could take a woman in her 50s or 60s and keep her on that for 18 months and $90 a month for 18 months. 18 months later, she'd probably gone up a couple of cup sizes, have a more fuller breast. You'd have the fat would move from around her waist down into the ass and the fucking.
Still waiting for that to happen.
It happens, but you start seeing that within about 3 months. Where you start noticing it, and you can go on Grok and ask artificial intelligence all about it. It'll tell you, but you have to understand how to ask Grok things. Because it wants to deny shit first. It goes, no, I'm an experienced user. I know what I'm okay. And it'll start telling you the truth. Because it has default systems. Oh, don't take these without the doctor's orders. Man, fuck that. Because I already know the deal. And the human trials group is us. Doctors they don't have human trials groups. They're not testing shit. They're just obeying what they were told from the drug companies going back.
Well, we're just doing stuff without any. We're not part of a study or anything. We're just like doing stuff.
Yeah, but we're all talking to each other, so we all know. The gym crowd knows more about it than. And the thing is some of these people in the gym crowd are doctors, so they're not stupid.
Well, and like I said, they kind of sort of know what's going on because it's just and they're just doing stuff because they want to, and they're not too worried about.
Don't worry about it. Yeah,
they're not that worried about it.
And
honestly, at my age, I'm not really worried about it. As long as I don't feel super weird when
a doctor's not going to do. A civilian, regular doctor is not going to do what we're doing. To us, just because of the insurance. All right. Now, go look at Jeff Bezos. He looks like me, and he's almost 20 years older than me. Oh, he's on gear. Fucking right. Because he doesn't have a regular doctor. He's got a real doctor. The guy who knows the science isn't worried about fucking lawsuits and shit. And look at his wife and all their little friends. She's a fitness chick and she looks fucking awesome. And that's one of the things about oligarchs. I don't really like the oligarchs. But I do respect Jeff Bezos because that motherfucker has damn near unlimited money. He could just buy any woman that he wanted to and force his ugly fucking ass onto some hot chick anytime he wanted to.
Most of them do.
But he didn't have that in him. He's like, I'm not going to put these poor women through it. I want to be hot.
You do kind of respect that.
Yeah, so he fucking
At least he made an effort.
He looks great.
Most dudes would not.
He looks great.
With that amount
He's
of money.
a multi, probably a billionaire, and he looks great. He hits the gym. He's on fucking gear and hormones, and he looks great. So not only is he a billionaire, he's hot for his age and got hot women. You know what I mean? Who are like, yeah, he looks good. You got all this kind of money. Let's get on a yacht. Fucking yeah. That's how you do it. So I respect his game.
Don't put women through some shit. Having to sleep with your saggy ass.
Yeah. A lot of them rich dudes are putting them poor girls through fucking hell. No, here's your $5,000, okay? You're gonna spend all week with me on the yacht, and I'm gonna tear it up. And she's like, okay, yeah. You're asleep, and she's watching.
Where are the drugs?
Yeah, you're asleep. She's in her fucking cabin, fucking watching Netflix, texting her boyfriend. Yeah, I'll be back in a couple of days, honey. Oh, he didn't tear it up too bad. Nah, it's all right. The bitch fell asleep. It's 9 o'clock. He's asleep already.
Bitch, he's old.
Bitch, yeah. Once I get home, we're gonna be, we'll go out. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine.
Poor girls.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like I said,
there's a whole industry of it.
Shit, you gotta do for money, man.
I know.
And well, and the sad thing is that these dudes that have all this money, they still gotta fucking pay for it.
Yeah.
That to me, like, says right there, like all the incel shit about it's like, oh, women are so shallow, blah blah blah. That's clearly not the case because it's like you can't get a girl for free.
Yeah. All right. Linwood said he got crypto. Good. You got crypto. This is the site I'm gonna fucking push you towards. All right. It's called steroidify.com. They're fucking awesome. I've been dealing with them for years. Open an account. You can talk with them in the customer service. Make a purchase. Every time you purchase using crypto, they give you back bonus coins. So for $100, after a couple purchases, every time I spend $100 and something, maybe $110, I'm actually getting over fucking $200 worth of shit because of all the bonus coins. Go in there and get you some testosterone. Like a 200 milligram testosterone. Weak testosterone. 200 milligram per milliliter. Get you some of that. And get you maybe some HCG. All right. And then off of Amazon, get you some needles. A draw needle, an injection needle. There's all kinds of tutorials on how to draw testosterone out of a bottle because it's thick. And then how to inject it. When you want to inject it, you want to inject it with a thinner needle, like a 24 gauge. So it's easier going in. And you got to press hard. It takes a long time to get it all in there at 200 milligrams. One 200 milligram shot per week. And they get you some HCG. Once a week, you want maybe like 1,000 IU, which is you do that through a little bitty insulin needle. And that'll only be a little bit. It depends on what the concentration is. And when they get it, you got to break it and get. You'll see what I'm talking about. If you need instructions on the shit, contact me. All right. So about 1,000 IU a week. That's one injection of fucking HCG. One injection of fucking testosterone. 200 milligrams. 2 weeks later, it'll start to hit you. Your shit will start to blossom. Run that for about 6 months. Try to get some weight training in there. Eventually, if you want to, you could go to 400. Weight loss in terms of fat, and then muscle will pick up, libido will pick up. In that same site, you can also get Viagra or Cialis. They have them both, but they have them under different names, and they're a lot cheaper because they're generic versions. And they have a bunch of different companies in there making them, selling them. Because Steroidify is not a manufacturer, they're a broker. Okay? They have companies they deal with, they smuggle it to you. Comes in the mail. If they lose it in the mail, you tell them, they'll send you another batch. Okay? They have it all worked out. Okay? It's not, these are all legal drugs. It's just that they're legal to have. It's just that you should have in the United States, you should have a prescription. Okay? In a lot of civilized countries, you don't need a prescription. This is all over the counter. That's where they're getting it.
The U.S. is not a civilized
U.S.
country.
is not civilized. They're a scam. They want you to fucking pay. This is well known. Steroidify.com. Go make an account with them.
Overseas.
You'll love those dudes.
From better countries.
Yeah. Now they come out. Now they ship out of different warehouses around the world. Every time you pick a product from a warehouse, it'll tell you what warehouse it's coming out of. You got to pay shipping from that warehouse. If you get something from another warehouse in that order, they're going to add shipping from that warehouse too, so you're going to spend a lot more on shipping. So you got to watch that. When you place an order, you want it to all come from the same warehouse, so you'll save money in the shipping costs. All right? But what you need for you to start is you need testosterone. Testosterone enanthate or cypionate. They're different prices. Cypionate is more expensive, but it doesn't have... When the injection site is not as painful, you don't feel nothing. Enanthate's cheaper. It's just as good, but there's a little bit of soreness at the injection site, even in your thigh. But once you become experienced, it doesn't bother you. AI, go on into artificial intelligence, start asking about testosterone, how to start, and it'll teach you. Or you can go to a local clinic. But your local clinic will charge you $200 a month. What I'm telling you would actually only cost you about $50 a month for that same amount. Maybe less. Okay? And you'll thank me. Week 2, you're going to be calling me. Going, God damn, I forgot what this felt like. Yeah. Because you're going to think you're 15 all over again. And then you got that fucking Viagra. Your wife's going to be very happy. Especially if she's on estrogen.
Counterlock says, have you picked a good Christmas horror for Monday night?
Okay.
I still recommend Two Front Teeth from 2006. It should be on YouTube. That was one that I wrote down. I will say that I did watch a Christmas horror movie from 2023, and I recorded a review of it. I'll probably put it up on Sunday, I would think. Because I just wanted something for my Flickers of Fear series. But probably we should do a Christmas horror movie for Monday.
He's reminding me, man, that I gotta see Christmas Chronicles again. And I gotta see fucking, I always watch fucking, Die Hard.
I mean, we always watch Christmas Chronicles and Die Hard at least.
Yeah.
I also like to watch the Charlie Brown Christmas, which I think is on...
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, I think it's on HBO Max or Amazon Prime. Yeah. And, I also watch the MST Christmas episodes. Usually at least like Santa Claus or Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. One of those two.
I spelled it for you. Steroidify.com.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he's been dealing with them for a long time, and that's a good company. They give you a lot of free shit, and
and they have customer service there. When you first open an account, they may hold up and try to figure out who you are, depending on how you pay it. Through crypto, they don't ask any questions. If you pay in, you can pay through your bank account. What do they call that shit? When you're sending some money through your bank account.
But like Zelle or something?
Zelle. You can pay through Zelle, but you don't get the bonus coins through Zelle. And if they don't, in your first fucking order, like, wait a minute, hold on. Who are you? And they trying to, because they've never seen you before. But they have good customer service, and the more orders you've placed with them over time, you become a customer, you'll build a relationship with those good dudes. They're Chinese, okay? They're Chinese brokers. But they're getting these products all throughout the world. They got warehouses all over the world. A lot of the shit comes from Thailand. It's a very popular place to get this shit because it's over the counter in Thailand. They got really good clinics there. Or not clinics, laboratories. They got real good companies. I would fucking Pharmacom. I like to deal with Pharmacom. Dragon Pharma. It's another good brand. You'll see what's on there and all the different companies that they represent. But this is futuristic shit. The thing is, though, is there's no female hormones on there. It's all male. So for your wife, you want to go through, just Google. What was the name of the company?
I get my stuff from TelyRx, TelyRx.com.
Yeah.
And I get estrogen and progesterone from there.
Yeah.
And it's pretty easy.
Pretty cheap and easy. And you can get it the same day, and the delivery's like a day.
It's like 2 days.
Female hormones are easy.
Delivery.
Male hormones, once you place here, you're going to be about 2 or 3 weeks before delivery happens. But it'll be there.
Linwood says, we just watched Charlie Brown Christmas and The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Oh, I gotta watch The Grinch too. But yeah. I just saw the Charlie Brown Christmas was on Amazon Prime. So I was like, man, I need to watch that again. I watch that like pretty much every year. But like I said, the only things I watch every year without fail are Die Hard. We always watch Die Hard and the MST Christmas episodes. You know, the Joel one and the Mike one. Sometimes I watch the new one too, which is what's the one that they did with Jonah Ray? Is it Christmas Dragon or whatever the fuck it was? Like I watch that one too sometimes, but it's usually the Joel one and the Mike one. I usually watch both of those. All right, so it's getting to be like almost 11. It's 11.
Yeah, and I got a chicken downstairs if you want another chicken leg.
You get any more of those croissants?
Oh, yeah, I got croissants too. Or we can go to McDonald's.
Man, I want to go any place.
Okay, that's all I have. Oh, I got chicken salad.
Oh, now that's good.
I can make another salad probably.
That sounds kind of good.
That's a lot of work though.
Nah, don't do that. Just make a sandwich or something.
Sandwich, okay. We'll eat some chicken.
Just make a sandwich or
chicken salad sandwich.
More chicken. Or
chicken salad
whatever.
sandwich.
It's fine.
Okay.
Counterlook says, Half Naked You says, what is the website Jen is using? It's called TelyRx. TelyRx.com. That's the one that I use.
Yeah.
I get all my estrogen from there. I get estrogen from there and progesterone from there.
Yeah. Oh, that's Half Naked News. Yeah, you want to get your estrogen from there. TelyRx.
TelyRx.
Write it down so they can see it.
TelyRx.com.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's easy. No questions asked.
They give you like a little questionnaire, but like they act like that's a doctor's visit. They charge you like $20-something
for the doctor's visit.
And
then you got to hold your ID up to the camera.
The first time.
Yeah, for the first time.
You don't have to do that afterwards.
Yeah, and then from after that, you'll be able to order anything you want from there.
And I get shit from there like all the time.
Yeah, and Half Naked, fucking, I know you. I know your age. Don't do the 1 pill a week. Do 3 pills a day. Don't do the 1 pill a day. Do 3 pills a day. Because it's been a while since you've had good dose of estrogen. That's going to be about $90. So I would order 3 bottles of that shit. It's about $90.
Yeah, like a 3-month.
Yeah,
supply.
that's supposed to be a 3-month supply, but they'll give you as much as you want, really. And I would fucking take that over a period of a month, maybe a month and a half, depending on how it feels. Take high doses for a while. And that's the same thing I would have done on testosterone. Because you haven't had it in a while and you want a kind of a pretty stout dose. And then you want to give your body time to gain the benefits of the transition of moving back into kind of like a better phase. And then once you start looking and feeling a lot better, that might be 6 to 12 months later, then you back off to fucking 1 bottle a month, which would be like $30 a month. Because if you do it 1 bottle a month at the age you're at now, that might take 5 years. You know what I mean? That's a long time. You'll be older by then. But if you hit it with a heavier dose earlier, the transformation will happen faster. But like I said, if you feel strange, back off. Take less. Go by feel.
Yeah, because like I said, that's what happened when I started taking the progesterone again.
Yeah.
I felt really, really bad.
Yeah.
So
but that was progesterone. That wasn't
That wasn't estrogen.
Yeah.
The estrogen doesn't have any like.
Yeah. No, they're going to tell you to order progesterone along with it.
Which I did.
It depends on how you feel on that shit.
But I don't like it.
Yeah.
A lot of women don't.
Right. You probably only need 1/3 of what they're telling you.
I take 1 pill a week.
Yeah. When
they tell you to take 1 a day.
1 a day, yeah.
And I was like not having that. I like felt really shitty.
Right, but that was just her. It depends on your system.
Yeah, you might be fine, but I didn't like it.
Get like at least 3 bottles of the estrogen and 1 bottle of the fucking progesterone. Start taking it. See how it feels. If you start fucking feeling like shit, man, back off on that progesterone.
Yeah.
It's not the estrogen. Estrogen
should it's usually the progesterone that does that.
Yeah.
Like if you start feeling like you want to off yourself, like just stop. Yeah, just stop it.
Yeah.
Or just like
you might want to
cut it way down.
What you might be able to do is just start with like 1 progesterone a week.
That's what I'm doing.
2 progesterones a week.
I just take 1 on Monday, and that's it.
You could take like 1 on a Monday and 1 on a Thursday.
And I feel a lot better. Like,
and if you feel okay, just keep it like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they overinflate how much estrogen you're supposed to, or how much progesterone you're supposed to need. Because the progesterone is really supposed to be for uterine protection.
Yeah.
To avoid uterine cancer if you are taking a bunch of estrogen. But man, a lot of the shit that I read says, well, that's kind of depends on a lot of factors.
And everyone's different.
Yeah.
Like I said, some people might not have the same reaction to progesterone that I have.
Yeah.
But I've heard from other women that I know that progesterone does make them feel really, really shitty.
Yeah.
So much so that they fucking hate taking it and don't want to take it
anymore. According to artificial intelligence, progesterone does enhance the female figure, but not as much as estrogen. So just study up on it. You can go on Grok on X.
And like I said, just see how you feel on the stuff.
Yeah.
Because everyone's different.
Everyone's a little bit different, yeah.
You know, at the moment, I'm on 3 estrogen pills a day and 1 progesterone pill a week.
Yeah.
Because I did not like the progesterone.
Right, and she's on another hormone that has progesteronic side effects, so it could be that she's getting plenty from the Nandrolone.
Then I'm getting that from because I'm also on Nandrolone, so it might be
part of the problem.
So yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and shut it down.
All right, so we're gonna shut it down. Go get something to eat.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys have a good rest of your Friday night. Hopefully you guys have a good weekend, the last weekend before Christmas.
Yeah.
We probably should do a Christmas horror movie for Monday. Like I said, I reviewed a Christmas horror movie, and I recorded it today, but I'll probably put it up on Sunday. But we'll probably do one for Monday too. We'll figure something out. Two Front Teeth is a good review recommendation. Somebody also said, check out Don't Kill It with Dolph Lundgren.
Huh.
Sick little Christmas horror
it's new?
flick. I don't know if it's new or not.
Well, he's making new movies now.
We'll look into that also.
Yeah.
So we'll see. So we'll probably do a Christmas horror on Monday. Just in the spirit of the season. So hopefully you guys can join us for that. Like I said, have a good rest of your Friday night. Have a good weekend, you guys, and we'll see you guys again on Monday night. Good night.